Simpsons Index, an online spreadsheet that is also a podcast. This is the podcast. Coming out of an unnamed studio in Castle Hill, this is the Simpsons Index, episode 64. Hello out there. I'm your host, Elliot Jay O'Neill, and joining me tonight is BT Calloway.
I'm here for Microwave Cookery.
And Danny Rosewell.
Are we doing bits again? No one wanted we were doing bits again.
I just thought of it yesterday.
I didn't prepare.
Always chambered, man. Always chambered.
And this is the Simpsons Index, the podcast where we watch and review 3 episodes of The Simpsons at a time, but the catch is, each episode comes from a different decade. And starting out tonight, we watched an episode from the HD era. This was Season 24, Episode 21, The Saga of Carl. This was first released in May of 2013. It was written by Eric Kaplan, and in this episode, the barflies all at Moe's go in together every week, have a lottery ticket, and they win for once.
Oh my god. But then what happens?
But then Carl takes all the money to go to Iceland to try and redeem his family's honor with a page of a missing tome or something.
In a dramatic twist.
So yeah, this episode we learn about Carl and his relationship with the other barflies and his Icelandic heritage, and we go to Iceland. Guys, what did you think?
It's okay.
Yeah, as we were going through bit by bit, there were bits that I didn't like that I was like, and then I got to the end and I was just like, I really enjoyed the ride.
Yeah. I'm surprised I actually had this written down as a failure.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah.
it's far from the pit of failure.
Well, yeah, I haven't watched it for the longest time either. Like,
Also, it's an episode of not a lot of laugh out loud moments, but there's some good chuckles in that. A lot of them are just kind of background features or little if you notice kind of jokes. And they don't really draw too much attention to them. I like that.
So any joke off the top of your head that sticks out to you, BT?
I like that Moe's travel luggage is a paint can.
Yeah. I did like that. It came back as well when he's in the plane, opens the paint can with the screwdriver.
Yeah.
And I like that it doesn't grind to a halt and go, well, I carry a paint can because I got it free with a lot of paint. And I'm Moe and I suck. It's just there and it's funny.
That was written in the first draft of the script, interestingly enough, but they cut that out. Shag, any jokes that stuck out to you from this episode?
I quite liked that the epic of the Carlsons was called the epic fail. Because you know how people never use the word epic to mean an epic.
Yeah.
Except
for
when it's an
epic.
epic. Not no more they don't. People are taking it back, baby.
Yes, I like that. Taking back the epics.
Yeah, and story-wise, what did you think about Carl stealing the money?
Dick move, bro. Dick move.
I know you were outraged. You're like, what? What?
Yeah,
Carl?
Yeah. The Carl?
Carl Carlson? No.
I gotta say, as a story point, though, I don't mind how this one played out, even though Carl was a fucking jerk. And
this is why it was so gripping, because it was a character you'd never see coming. It's like if it turned out Flanders was a serial killer.
Wait a minute.
What'd Mo say? It's always a good show when the nice ones snap.
I felt, just to kind of put it out there, I felt like the first, I don't know if I'd call it the first act, but sort of like their trip to the Probability Museum and the Kung Fu mummies. Oh, the Kung Fu monsters, by the way. Yeah, way cool. I was just like, oh my God, it's the karate monsters.
I was very like, karate monsters.
I'm sorry. How did I get that wrong?
Get it right, Mom.
Yeah, it definitely is a weird how we get to the barflies is such a law is unexpectedly. But I really like the ride. I think that was possibly the strongest part of the episode.
Wow.
Well, it was really funny.
It was really funny.
They come down, they're all like, Dad, we're watching this now. And he's like, Mom said we could. He's like, well, did she really? He's like, are you going to go upstairs and check? It does this great little dramatic music zoom in the stairs. They
get slow pan on that staircase.
They get taller and taller and more mountain-esque. And it's like, I did really love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And all the interactions with Bart and Lisa playing this out,
Absolutely, man.
When I was a Bart and Lisa age, it was all about the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers. For me.
I love how quick they dropped all their Captain Planet merch as well. As soon as the next fad came along, all their fucking fidget spinners are out the window, you know?
That's how it works. And also, I did like that when they did go to the museum, they tied it back into Kia Karate Monster.
Oh, yeah. Because that's exactly what museums do. Every day it's Museum of the Week day.
And there's a great little throwback to that when they go to the museum in Iceland. It says, coming soon, Kia Karate Monsters.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, it's a very quick little sign. That's what I like about this. There's a lot of little details.
Wow,
that's
way to
cool.
improve yourself, episode.
For real.
Back to the epic fail itself, though. How did you like how that thing with all Carl's family and that story played out?
It did feel very weird that Carl's now Icelandic out of Apero of nothing, but
Well, not quite.
Not really. Have we ever been laying seeds?
I really should have written this down, but yeah, there is a joke in like a Teens era episode where Carl does mention his native Icelandic heritage.
Surely, really?
Hey listeners, that episode is season 14, episode 16, Excuse Me While I Miss the Sky. Okay, back to the show.
Also, if he's adopted, surely he shouldn't be getting as much flack for the sins of the fathers of someone else. But at the same time, he's really doing it to get clear their name rather than his name.
He's still a Carlson.
He is, isn't he? Yeah. Through and through.
As he demonstrated with his dick move of stealing the lottery ticket winnings.
Oh my
all
God.
To just help himself. Well, it was kind of selfless as well. He was trying to clear it for his parents too. But during this bit, I really liked all the animation of the Icelandic storytelling and all that.
Oh, yeah, because the parchment kind of mode and
I felt the very end of the parchment is like the measly cowards then wrote down that they were measly cowards so that the future would remember how cowardly they were.
Yeah.
What do you think of my Icelandic?
I liked it a lot.
Thank you. But why? Did that feel like why would they do that? Why wouldn't they write themselves as the heroes if they wrote the book?
Well, history is written by the victors, and they won by not dying and being the only ones in the village who didn't die.
And all of that's in one page in the middle of the book. And that same page also is the page that says, then the cowards wrote down the cowardly book thing.
Yeah.
Very convenient page, anyway. It's the exposition-y page, narrativium.
Never forget, people like videotape their crimes and put it on YouTube and then get caught because of it.
Yeah, for real.
It's still a thing.
People liked it. Like just the other week, there was a guy who got caught robbing a bank because he stopped to give an interview to the reporter who was on scene.
Really?
That's she was like, Sir, did you see anything? And he's like, oh, did I see anything? That guy was handsome and charming and like 6 feet tall and hung like a mule. And then the cops tackling him.
And he's also rich now. So.
Yeah.
Wow, I was going to bring up the guy who put a Facebook update of like about to get away with it when he was on trial, and then that convicted him.
Oh.
So, okay, let's just assume this is ye old social media of like
he's live tweeting it.
Incrimination through bragging.
Oh man. Like Tom in Parks and Rec with his tweets of fucking as he smashes the
made every light. #blessed. #tweeting while driving. But again, with the animation, though, I really liked how they brought it back with Lenny and Moe and Homer telling all the nice stories about...
Very heartfelt and really neat sort of way to tie it all together, you know?
Yeah, to say you should forgive Carlsons because they've become good people, and also to win back their friend all in one nice little joining method.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they didn't have to do that either, which actually makes it all the more special.
It would have been easy to stay angry at that piece of shit for a long time.
Yeah.
But they're better people than that. They used the epic medium to sway the hearts of their crowd. They spoke the language of their people. They speak the language of their people. Okay, I'm losing it now.
Yeah.
So play count. How many times have you seen this episode before tonight?
I've seen it once.
Really?
Yeah, we watched it, I think, at some point.
Yeah, back in the old Kalara days.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Midnight Dream. No, I'd never seen this shit, man. I thought this was like fresh off the presses.
All right.
It's something about it that really feels cutting edge.
It is using the very high definition new HD animation.
It's the H'est of the HDs. Also, it's sort of where they've almost start to find that balance of not overusing the HD and they kind of have the heartfelt a bit of them. It was just a decent episode, so I assumed it wasn't shit.
Yeah, I think I saw it twice before I stopped watching it because apparently I hated it 5 years ago, wherever it came out, but yeah, now I'm actually kind of going, I might put this back in regular rotation.
Yeah, I never remember hating it. I don't remember thinking it was bad, just kind of peculiar.
I like your question, did this feel like? The way you've got...
You've heard him say it so many times.
Oh,
did this feel like...
No wonder he says it like that. He has to. It's written like that.
They're laughing because my notebook where I've got the questionnaire written out, I've written the question, did this feel? And I've spelt feel, all capitals, FEEEEL.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, speaking of which, did this feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
I'd call it a segue, but it's the same way. Yeah, I'm going to say no one feels off point. Carl surprises you, but then there's reason for it, and that's tied into the, he doesn't just do it for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But he does say, we're not friends.
Yeah, but then because that becomes a plot point and he's won over to the idea of this is just how friends work.
But I guess what I'm saying is that in keeping with the character he's had for 23 seasons? You know,
true.
Is he the guy that would have said that?
Well, to be fair, especially to Lenny, who
I
two
know.
of them have always
Lenny
been
and Carl,
tied as,
or Carl and Lenny. No, Lenny and Carl.
Carl.
Theoretically, I would have been more convinced if Mo had tried to play that card.
It's true, and Sislak, that could come from a lot of places.
Sislak, yeah, that sounds Polish or, vaguely European.
Yeah, actually, you got something that it was surprising that Carl did it, but I think if you found out Mo...
I know Mo has a closer relationship with the Simpsons.
I think he's meant to be Italian.
Yeah, I know.
You're no speaker with the accent no more.
Mamma mia, yeah, that's right.
But no, to the point, if they had, Mo ran off with their money and then they were like, of course he did, he's a scumbag, let's track him down. But then they found out he did it for non-scumbag reasons. That might have tracked a little bit better.
Oh, did we just rewrite the episode? Did we just become best friends? Yup.
Yeah. Please, I know exactly where you're all from. Elliot is from Sydney. Shag is from Sydney.
He's right.
I think it does work for Carl, though, because he is a bit of a blank slate of a character, but in the same way that Lenny is. That a lot of the jokes over the years about them are that you actually don't know that much about them, so that any time that they sort of have an offhanded quirk that they've had for a joke, it's sort of played a bit funnier because you don't know that much about them. Not Lenny.
I was about to say. Or, what are you doing, man? That's Carl.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
Oh, my God. Burns is a Carlson sympathizer.
Hey, he saw through the ancient horrors that they committed and just saw the employee.
Yeah.
Burns on Team Carlson.
Or maybe he's a monster. I don't know. Both work.
It does kind of work for Carl because of that, but I do agree that it doesn't because over the years, him and Lenny have had a clearly close friendship.
Yeah.
But then to give it credit, Lenny's then the one who snaps and starts choking him. And he's like, even says, like, all those times hanging out, that was just nothing to you. And he's like, yep.
Yeah. Like, I think that we did write it a little better. You, Beach.
You were the seed there. No,
hey, man. But in that it feels right when Mo does it in my head. But that's also why it was such a shock. I felt that shock as much as they did. I was just stunned.
Yeah, and that helps you carry through with the characters a bit more. You share that. What, Carl? Why?
Like, imagine if Marge had taken the money and run.
What?
What? Yeah.
But for what reason?
Can I lead us back? I know you're about to kind of lead us forward.
Yeah.
But we didn't touch on the Pascal video in the probability thing. I wanted to get your guys' opinions on that.
It was boring.
It was boring. It was bad. It was offensive.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot that even happened.
And it happened.
Yeah.
Also, Lisa was bored by the science room. She was like, woo, monsters. And then we got into probability, and Bart was like, probability. But Lisa was also like, science. Bleh.
Yeah, I agree it was out of character, but it was in the character for the episode. This is one of those rare times where you see Lisa as, an excited 8-year-old.
She was too caught up in the moment of the monsters. I understand.
I think it's a little bit off, but I don't think it's so off that it's a betrayal. It's just, she was in the moment. It's like when she's TV.
Yeah.
Like if it had been a plot point, then that would have been. But it's saying it was just a bit.
Yeah, if she sort of turned to I never liked science. This is dull, Mom. No,
I mean, I get it. I just feel like, if we're going to point fingers at things, here we are to dissect.
Dissect and critique.
Absolutely.
To weigh the liver.
But as far as any other studies go, probability is a pretty boring study.
I think you'll find 7 out of 10 people do not have that opinion. I suppose in this circumstance, it's 1 in 3.
But what about the Pascal video was offensive? That may have flown over my head.
Okay, well, first off, I didn't like his corny accent. I didn't like the trope of you're more likely to get hit by a car. Bam! You're more likely to get hit by a thing. You're more likely to da-da-da-da. And then he's standing by the corpse, the grave. It's too far back now in my head. I haven't got my finger on the pulse of exactly what upset me about it. But I didn't enjoy it. I was sitting there going, this isn't cool. Also, the whole point of it was to set up that lottery tickets are bad, and then we cut into lottery tickets are good again. This isn't the first time they've used a setup the wrong way.
I will say, in the positive of that setup, I thought, okay, so Homer didn't buy their ticket because he saw this thing, and now they're going to win. And I do like that I was wrong. I like that he's like, of course I bought it. What are you, crazy?
Got to be in it to win it, immediately forgetting about his...
Yeah. I mean, it was a turnaround. It was like a little, it's a surprise. Ha ha. But also, it undercuts the previous scene. You don't need any of that previous crap.
No, and you didn't really need any of the museum. It was mostly just episode filler, but I think of it because it was mostly pretty funny.
Yeah, me too. But I will say that the whole Pascal thing as the way to get into there, get into the
unnecessary.
Bar was
that was not.
It was a bit of a left turn.
Yeah, I'm sure there are better ways to end up at a bar with a lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Even from the Kia karate monsters, Homer. Oh my God, got to get away from those kids and their stupid karate monsters.
Or like they do some dangerous karate-based stunt and he'll narrowly survive, and he's like, "Ooh, that was lucky. Better buy a lottery ticket."
Wink.
But that it was a weekly ritual, I think, was important to the story as well, because that did put more like of a sense of betrayal when Carl did.
It kind of set up the camaraderie of the foursome.
Yeah, because
you
you
have to appreciate foursome on national television.
On this channel, you can.
Yeah,
because Barney wasn't a part of it.
He can't afford a weekly lottery ticket.
No, he's not stable enough for that.
Barney wasn't in any of their flashbacks either.
No, well, it's because there was the foursome. It does feel weird to say.
Does that mean he's just not one of their friends?
No, it means he's there for all that stuff, but he's, down on the corner part of the bar, just passed out,
Oh.
He's there, but even...
Maybe he's not there, man. Maybe they just... I want to call up Barney.
You want to be his sponsor?
I want to check if he's okay. If he wants to catch a game.
You don't like games.
Barney might.
It's beautiful, man.
Aw. If you've got a Barney in your life, remember.
Just give them a call. See if they want to go to a game. Don't specify what. Just see what they say.
That's right. That's right, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call, but why did you take me to an under-12 soccer game?
So it was
where you wanted to go, man.
They have beer.
Why? Wackiness. Let's talk about the wackiness. So the Mo, Homer, Lenny sort of learned ancient Icelandic in about a week.
I really didn't like that montage. It's like, I guess we'll just have to learn. We'll just,
They needed a way from A to B.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't a great way. It was like, that was the first idea, I think.
Surely they could have asked literally anyone else in the entire country.
To be fair, it is ancient Icelandic. I don't know.
They are in ancient Iceland, though.
Modern Iceland. Definitely you could have found someone. Would have been much easier.
Bjork, what are you doing here? Hey, can you read this for us?
Yeah, that works.
That is the extent of my Icelandic celebrities that I'm aware of.
That's
Bjork
it. That's fine, because that's it.
Oh, and Sigur Rós may as well jump to the guest stars. He apparently scored a lot of the music in this episode.
Was there music in this episode?
Yeah, Icelandic music.
Scored
by Sigur Rós, who I don't know if it's a he or a them.
It's a that.
Oh,
nice.
No, but I've been to like the a museum in Iceland, and there's like just a setup just for Bjork, because that's all I got.
Really?
Aww.
Yeah. It was nice. It was a good little I didn't know. Okay, well, there we go.
Hey, fans out there, if you need ideas for your next vacation, you should visit Iceland.
It's beautiful, especially if you like nature and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're the one of us who has actually been there.
Yeah.
You were saying they've got high priced for alcohol, though.
Yeah, when I was there, alcohol had only been like legalized in like 1997.
Oh, wow.
So like the taxes on it were ridiculous. It was like €4 for a beer, which was like $8.
That's still cheap for Sydney.
Yeah, and I just realized what I said. It was probably more than that. It was probably like €8. I might remember my divisions of 4 wrong. But I know they have like live music everywhere. It's super pretty. If you like, I saw glaciers and geysers and the Aurora Borealis, not in Skinner's Kitchen.
Ooh. Wackiness. God, Aurora Borealis and little fairies dancing around the car.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
I loved that.
There are people there like super into fairies, and I can't
really?
remember if it's Iceland or
super into it in like an ironic, knowing it's bullshit way, right?
Depends who you ask.
Yeah,
but no, I can't remember. I can't remember if
boy.
it's Iceland or Norway where they redirected a highway to avoid a supposedly fairy heavy area.
God.
Yeah.
That is some adorable legislature.
There's a movie called Troll Hunter, which is based in Norway. It's a really good movie.
Oh, that's one of those like silly, scary movies.
Yeah, but it's still really good. Watch it. It's it's pseudo documentary.
Like great. Leprechaun goes to the hood.
No, not Leprechaun in the Hood. Jesus.
But more like What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, a little bit closer to that. And anyway, it's based off of. There was a slip of a tongue that the Norwegian president gave they were talking about infrastructure and power lines and something. He goes, well, we've got a lot of things in Norway. We've got all these kind of things you have to consider. We have trolls, for example, and just keeps talking like he didn't even notice he said it. You can watch it on YouTube now. It's like Norwegian Prime Minister admits to trolls or something like that.
I assume he meant tolls, right?
No, the guy next to him, he just kind of gives him a look of, and it's hard to tell if it's a what the fuck or if it's a dude, you're not supposed to say that.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
But yeah, parts of Scandinavia, you get people who have a connection to the mythical.
Yeah, like Sasquatch hunters in the U.S.
Yeah, and I mean, how realistically they're taking it, it will vary from person to person. Maybe some people just enjoy believing in it. Maybe some people are hardcore into it.
I know the Sasquatch hunter is a very valued and respected member, a pillar of the community.
Yeah. He works for NASA.
So how about the heart of this episode then?
Oh man, this was a hearty episode.
Yeah, right at the end, it's like, how could you say these men are not your friends? And like,
yeah,
I can't. They're brilliant.
Man, I was really taken along this whole ride. Not the first thing with the probability, of course, whatever. But man, like when they won the lotto ticket, then they have the big party where everyone's so happy for them.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to later at the party and people are
Where's
just going
Carl?
home. Where's Carl?
I do like they're raising suspicion of, you know what? Thank God we're the type of friends who are worried about his safety and not the fact he might have run off with our money. No. Let's go to his house because we're so worried. Drive faster. That's how much my friendship with Carl means.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like how they're sort of doing transitions to, another hour later. There's that little transition music that you haven't heard since the old days. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets lower, as in lower your expectations.
It's like the sun setting.
Yeah.
I really love all of this. And then when they get to his house and it's just been cleaned out, my heart just like dropped. I'm just like, oh, not Carl.
Lenny's still holding out.
Not Carl.
I'm sure he's just gone to some place to bring us back presents.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
optimistic Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say there was a misstep at the end with Homer's speech. All his like bagging on Iceland stuff. It was unnecessary, I think. Oh, you survived a lesbian prime minister and you're an isolated island.
Yeah.
It's all icy and nah.
Yeah, I suppose.
But listen to my heartfelt speech.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little unnecessary, but it all did tie in.
I like the gag that was like, is this everyone? No. Oh, wait, yes.
That was good.
Yeah. It's a small place. So yes or no, would you watch this one again?
Yeah, I feel like there's probably some background stuff I missed. I'd like to kind of see what else I can catch.
Yeah, I think I would watch it again. I really like the roller coaster, the feels, Carl betrayal, then Carl being like, "We're not friends, bro. You're just some people that I drink with."
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just like that. It was brutal, wasn't it?
Mm.
Now I'm looking at you guys being like, "Nah, we're friends. We've been through so much together."
I know what you're afraid of. It's fine. That's how you measure things.
Yeah. You're like how Batman has plans to kill all of the superheroes. I know exactly what your weaknesses are.
I mean, I hadn't thought about it like that until now.
Yeah. You've got a Batman plan for how to take me down.
Sometimes you get too powerful.
So I would watch this one again as well.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know, because I'm a big dummy with a stupid face. I don't know. No, it was a surprisingly good ride, and I think the fact that I'm actually a few years detached from it has actually helped it, because back when I first watched it, I so remember thinking this is a failure of a shit of an episode, but...
To me, that's fair. Since then, you've been to Simpsons hell.
I really have.
So-
Yeah. Hey, did you notice in the background of Yucky's Gross Foods, Homer eating a piece of the fermented shark meat, fermented in his own urine, and then throwing up in the corner, and then just in the rest of the scene, he's just eating more pieces of it?
That was good, and that sort of made up for Carl before saying, "Oh, the disgusting foods of my national heritage."
Yeah, that was a bit too much. Oh, wacky other countries. Waka waka.
Yeah. Although I've got to set racism aside, or nationalism, or whatever, racism aside, Icelandic cultural food is famous even amongst Icelanders for how disgusting it is. Disgusting it is.
Well, it's because they don't have wagon wheels.
They have something called eat the wagon
Hey,
wheels.
Australians who just got that.
That was great. They have something called, I think you got to look it up, but it's called gross cheese or something, which is fermented cheese with living larvae inside it.
Oh, I've seen the video on the Now This thing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And the rotting shark meat fermented in urine, that's a real thing. They think it tastes disgusting as well.
It's like, then why do
That's
this?
the joke.
Yay! Oh shit!
Joke that I didn't like, though, the whole Greenland is icy, Iceland is greeny. How many times have we heard that in life?
I like the punchline when they get there. It's like, hey, Vikings, it's still cold.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And it gave them an opportunity to go buy nice Icelandic sweaters.
I kind of wish that was a little montage as well. Like a little fashion montage set to... The only thing you should ever set a montage to, dress for success.
Yeah.
By Björk.
I'd love to hear that.
Me too. The montage that they had of the guy stuff, though, I really liked that.
It was a good little... They do everything together, but the fact that they're never interacting made it...
Yeah.
It kind of made both points valid, and I like that.
But I liked how that they brought it back at the end in the sort of towards the credits as well, and sort of back to where everything's comfortable sort of thing. Nice resetting to zero. Playlist. What playlist would you put this one in? Backstory?
Homer goes to...
I guess that's the easy one. Like you've got your countries, your Africa trip, your Japan trip.
You know what? The lottery.
Oh,
It comes up a few times.
Yeah.
Danny, what would you change about this episode?
The big thing I'd like to experiment with is switching which character runs off with the money. Like we were talking before about Mo, and I thought that was really interesting. I think we'd have to play with it to sort of see if it does detract from how much of a shock it was that it was Carl. I'd kind of like to see a different Intuit as well. The probability thing, the kaiju thing, the karate monsters thing. It was that was really funny material, but I don't think it led into the plot particularly.
Not at all, really.
Maybe something with like setting up a different character as being suspicious or needing money for something desperately, and then they get there and someone else has run off with it instead. Like you get the red herring kind of misdirect.
What I do like the idea about Mo being the one who runs off is it would make more sense for him to say, "We're not friends. You just hang out at my bar."
Yeah,
because he would be like, "I just get you drunk. You guys never come out with me and do anything.
Yeah.
You just come to my bar." And
clearly the right answer.
Yeah.
But would it hit you as hard?
It definitely would.
You know?
But I think...
Wouldn't be a surprise.
You get the different hit of course he did, but then you find out he did it for legitimate, interesting, good reasons.
Yeah.
That would be the hit then, so it will come later. Having it earlier in the episode is more of a hook, obviously.
Yeah. Personally, I don't know what I'd change, like, story structure-wise about the episode, besides, of course, the first act dogleg thing would have been nice to get into there smoother, but ultimately I think I'd just change some jokes. Like,
maybe them learning to read as well.
Yeah, I would change.
Yeah.
I would change that montage. It just bummed me the hell out, and just that's my big problem with this episode is it's pretty good, and then there's just some really big speed bumps, just slow everything down, and everything just like that stupid little video of probability or the learning to read ancient Icelandic montage.
Yeah, and the song that they have at the end of Act 1, their little, we need to come up with a new song.
Yeah.
We're four people singing stuff. Homer, Lenny, and not me. That joke didn't play for me.
No, it didn't really play for me.
It wasn't a good rhyme for Carl anyway. It was, what do they say?
Hull, gull,
No, it was more like oral, coral.
Yeah.
Coral.
Yeah, well, it is because, Americans say Carl and not Carl.
Cow.
My name's Carl. Want some rolled oats?
I knew you were going to say that.
It's my favorite.
Every episode.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every single time.
It's never not funny,
We
though.
usually delete it.
BT, any other notes?
I actually have several we didn't get to. Homer refers to tennis as softcore tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not like his line of, to me it's leg versus boob.
Yeah, that I didn't like, but I did enjoy the term softcore tennis.
Yeah, that was a good line. I think you're both right. He was a little crude with his joke.
Yeah.
I also felt
but then we got the more subtle version of it.
But it started off with laughing at how silly Russian names are. That wasn't cool.
No, it was just...
Ketchup,
No, and it's funny because she's fighting Anaconda for
Yeah.
Yep. Beer's made from gasoline and hot dog water, and they bring that back when they clink glasses, it all catches fire.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I get it.
They
now.
use the beer glasses as microscopes, and then Lenny adds his on top of Homer's.
Oh, I wrote down a twitch for that. Magnifying glass.
Nice.
Woo! I wanted to hear them say enhance though.
Zoom and enhance.
When the kids are excited about the pool, they're reading just pool-related magazines.
Oh, yeah. Although that was in a bit that I didn't like. We're broken, Mom. Yeah, Mom, we're broken.
well, it wasn't the worst thing. It was just,
Yeah.
it was the joke you would make there.
Because I'm noticing in these sort of one character focused episodes, sort of how they do shoehorn in the rest of the Simpsons, to give the actors their 2 lines at least per episode.
Yep.
And there was that, and the hard cut to Lisa looking up Iceland stuff on the computer when the guys were just at Moe's bar. I'm like, you clearly cut from Moe's bar to the Simpsons house to get Lisa in the episode.
Pretty much.
Like, even if she was just there at the bar because Homer's a bad parent, I'll buy that joke.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
That joke writes itself.
Also, Carl is driving a Mercedes-Benz with a little umlaut above it.
Yep.
Above the logo. They get keg pools at the end. They sound cool. I want one. And finally, to nothing.
To nothing.
To nothing.
If it's not going to be to evil, that's our new toast.
Yeah. It's always going to be too evil, though.
Gentlemen, to evil.
Too evil. We're not drinking shit. We're out of beer.
Well, we
Wrap
better
it
hurry
up.
this up then. You need some more beer. I did like the keg pools thing, and there were a couple of cool animations thing, but I didn't need the whole Homer turning into
The
a
final
turtle
turtle
thing.
thing? Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Danny, any other notes for this episode?
I was actually kind of waiting to bring up the keg turtle thing, but we've landed here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the whole reason they wrote in the keg pools was to have the turtle gag.
Yeah.
Like, without that, it feels like an empty bit. But with it, I just don't think it was funny. I would have preferred to see them like, so you finally got the pool, Dad, blah, 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 set up, and they're breaking into Ned's house or something, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Or he's just filled up the kitchen with water.
Yes.
So I'm like, yeah, come on, boy.
Yeah, it's a lower level pool, Marge.
Remember, we'll have it until your mother gets back.
I like that.
That's great.
Okay, so for my final quick-fire notes, did anyone else think it was weird that Marge was bathing Bart?
A little bit.
Ugh.
I mean, 10 is not too old, but also, I think that's a bit
It's
old.
too old.
Yeah. I liked when the kids did the birthday card for Grandpa.
He's like, did this really happen?
Who's fighting all the Karate Kid monsters. Sorry, Kia.
Kia karate monsters.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
forget.
Mom. Mo had a weird line, which was, I kind of Hunger Games'd him in the womb or something like that.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
talking about in utero twins and triplets and whatever.
He picked the
That's
number
right.
3 because that's the number of brothers and sisters he Hunger Games in the womb.
Yeah. Oh, that was his
Dark,
number.
right? Was it it's Ken Jeong in Community that's
Yeah.
like he ate his twin in utero, gained his strength.
To play guitars. A 1 and a 2 and a chang chang chang.
Also, Dr. Venture.
He did, didn't he?
Mm.
Not to double up on your joke, but it's a 1 and a 2 and a chang 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 4. Because there's no way you could do it worse. There's no way you could do it worse than that. Oh God! If it was 1 2 3 chang, it'd sound on purpose.
Yeah.
But no, chang 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 4. It grates on my soul. I love it. That is brilliant comedy.
Love it. Still holding out for the movie.
Oh yes.
So bringing us to Homer's number, which was 69.
Everyone laughs at it. No one knows why.
I like the explanation, yeah.
See, I wasn't on board for that bit. But then when it had Kent Brockman reading out the number.
And 69. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think Homer overstating it made Kent Brockman's understating it that much funnier.
Yeah, it's true. I think they just kind of did a little too much, and no one knows why. Wake to the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah, they could have cut that end of the sentence off. If he'd just been like, people keep laughing when I say it for some reason.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. And I like that Homer likes that he gets a response out of
Yeah.
people,
But
but
doesn't know why. Yeah, it's very Homer. It's very Labrador.
very Labrador. Mo's line of, I'm going to treat you like a urinal cake at a gathering of the Juggalos or something.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I'm going to freeze him, cut him up into pieces, and then shove him in the urinal
Urinals.
during a gathering of juggalos. That, as far as curses go, that is just
Yeah.
crime.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, not to rag on the Juggalos, but any music festival urinal would just be horrible.
Yeah, but juggalos drink that fucking paint thinner,
Oh, yeah.
quaint,
Scissor or...
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Scissor? Oh, man.
No,
really?
Fago.
Fago, that's it. Mo's line of, yeah, we like to do guy stuff, like discuss weightlifters who blow out their assholes.
Yeah, that was weird.
Paraphrasing.
And they didn't throw assholes into The Simpsons. But
No,
still.
I think he called them bunghole, though. Bunghole.
That's oddly specific.
When I had an inflatable mattress a few years ago, I was reading the instructions and I was like, page 69.
Make sure your lips make a firm seal around the bunghole.
And
To be
below.
fair, great sporting catastrophes is something that gets shared. Remember that UFC fighter who kicked a guy and his leg just broke like it was
man.
rubber. I think you both sent me that gif.
Yeah.
You especially. Just pointing to Elliot.
And I saw all the shit posting memes as well, because on one frame of the video, his two legs are making this perfect triangle, and someone like drew it in, Illuminati confirmed. When Homer goes to Marge, I've got a solution for your bed problem, sweetie, throws the couch on the bed, and she's like, it's just like you, it's perfect.
I kind of like that. It implies that Homer is as thoughtless and as space-consuming as a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah. She clearly had no room, but she was just like, it's just like that was word for word my Marge impression.
Yep.
Why did I write volcanoing?
They gave him a good hearty volcanoing in the thing.
So just a quick side, I do want to say some of the architecture is actually quite accurate in the background. They have that weird statue that looks like if a longboat had a skeleton, it looks like that. And the famous Protestant church is in the middle of Reykjavik. It was there and looked right.
Oh.
So yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Detail, like the animators are doing a good job in this episode. I think we can all agree.
They probably just Google image search, Reykjavik, but still.
No, they all spent 6 weeks in Reykjavik just to do
absorbing it.
Yeah.
Like, this food is fucking terrible. And the Icelandics like, yeah, we know.
All right, well, that does it for my notes. But before we rank this thing, this episode was also featured on another podcast, the Worst Episode Ever podcast.
I hate those guys. No, I'm kidding. They're great. They're pretty fun.
So they've done this one before, so we're going to play a little game. What do you think they ranked it? Okay, they don't use a color medal system like us. They use a sliding one to whatever.
One is the worstest episode.
One is the worstest.
Yeah.
So out of 111 episodes, where do you think this one ranks?
Hey, we're catching up with them.
We're well overtaken.
We're well past.
Yes! In your face!
189. In fact, on episode 69, we'll have done 200 episodes.
Holy shit.
Oh, that number makes me laugh.
We got to take a break and help out the worst episode ever, guys. They got some catching up to do.
Well, they don't get to do the classic episodes, the poor bastards.
Skype me!
They're the podcast that does all the find the worst episode. We're the podcast of those 3 episodes at a time. The catch is each episode comes from a different era.
So we are.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can throw you for the business end of things from
I've
now on.
heard it like 70 times.
60 by my count. So out of 111 episodes that they've covered, where do you think this one ranks?
Do they watch good episodes, or do they only watch what they consider
Only
bad
the
episodes?
bad.
Okay.
They have watched good episodes.
Oh, really? To review? Or?
Okay, okay. I'm going to say 85.
85 and...
I'm going to say, how many good ones have they watched?
102?
They're a good handful. Like
All right, I'm gonna go 92.
92?
Yeah.
Danny was the closest.
Yes!
It ranked 80 out of 111.
All right.
Hey, that was actually pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nicely done.
You win the prize.
Hooray!
Another beer.
It's a traditional Icelandic dish.
Live maggots in rotting shark meat.
Well, that means it is time to rank this thing.
Fermenting in my own urine.
Hey, Beach, could you do this part of the business end?
Oh, hang on a second. let me limber up. I've never done this. On the Simpsons Index, we rank things on our 5-point scale. Right down the bottom. Is it a 6-point scale?
The 6-point scale.
I've already cocked everything up.
Start again. You're doing good.
On the Simpsons Index, we rank everything using our patented 6-point scale. Right down the bottom is failure. But if you just thought an episode was meh, you give it a participant. Then we get to the good rankings. If it's better than meh, it's bronze. If it's good, then it's silver. If it's great, it is gold. But if it is the best of the best, those episodes that you live and breathe for, the ones that you would kill yourself immedately if you could never watch again, you give those a cubic zirconia. I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to show you how it's done.
Oh, yep. Go for it.
Well, I was on a thing.
This guy knows how it goes. How is it done?
I'm a little caught because I was at a bronze when we walked in here, but I feel like we've talked the episode up since then. However, because it has those speed bumps that just kill its momentum so much.
How many bumps does it have?
At least 3, and I can't remember them all, but there are possibly more. There's definitely the stupid museum little video about probability, Pascal. The stupid Let's Learn Icelandic montage.
Yeah.
There was some other stuff in there that didn't just the speech at the end, which goes into this is all the reasons Iceland sucks.
Yeah.
Again, turning the good idea of keg pools into the turtle bit was stupid. So yeah, it had some good momentum and some good jokes and a lot of fun, and it just hit those points, and it really just killed that fun because it's not a laugh out loud kind of episode. It's one where you're just enjoying the ride, and so anything that slows that ride really starts to kill your enjoyment of it. So I am going to stick on a bronze, I believe.
All right, Danny?
He's like, so I came here expecting to give it a bronze, but after talking about it, I'm going to give it a bronze.
After talking about it, I realized I was right all along.
Thanks, man.
It's like I'm like Sherlock Holmes, walk in the room, it was him. And then I just prove it eventually, but gut instinct.
I'm going to give it a silver, actually. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to give it a silver, actually.
Yeah, no, fair. It was one of those ones where I wanted to lean up, but it just, the heart got...
Yeah. Like, it wasn't a perfect episode, and I think we pointed at the 4 things that we didn't entirely enjoy or weren't exactly sold on. Having said that, I think it was really heartfelt. I was really swept up in the ride, maybe because you guys have seen it before, but when Carl betrayed them, I was stunned. I was floored. Not Carl. Oh my God. And then when he was like, no, we aren't friends, my heart just went silent for a second.
You should get that looked at.
They're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, it was just plot twist after plot twist, though. And then when they give their big heartwarming speech, even though he's disowned them, they give the big speech about how great he is anyway, so that he gets his family's... It was beautiful, it was really sweet, man. And then they get back together, and it's just so lovely, man. It's just they are friends after all. Oh, God.
Well, so that's a nice soppy, sappy silver for you.
What is happening to his eyes?
He's producing some
discharge. Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty good.
Well, yeah, I wish I had a silver in me because I agree with the whole sweetness of the episode, but yeah, I think it's a lack of joke things that are making me say, yeah, it's a bronze. I think if I laughed a lot more in the episode, because I agree, I was on for the ride. I liked how the story played out. I mean, even the first act, hard left turn thing, that happens in a lot of episodes. It's something like even excellent
there are harder
cubic
left turns too.
Yeah, but and we were enjoying the ride on that left turn though, so it didn't really matter too much.
Yeah,
but there was just an overall air of lack of jokes or just missing something for me to push it up. But by all means, a good episode. So yeah, I'm going with a bronze for this one.
That's still 2 steps up from you went in expecting to fail it. You were like, I failed this episode in advance. And then you walked out and you're like, wait a second, what just happened to me? I think I care.
Yeah. And his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Only 2, but you did good anyway.
Thank you. Referencing a thing that I've only seen reference to.
You haven't seen The Grinch Stole Christmas?
Oh.
God. God, look at your heart shrinking size after size.
Every Christmas. All right, well, that'll average out into a shiny bronze. This will be joining such episodes as Simpson Tide, the Homer in the Navy one.
Yeah.
Natural Born Kisses, the Homer and Marge being nude one.
Oh, yeah.
30 Minutes Over Tokyo, Beyond Blunderdome, Springfield Splendor, which we just covered recently from the 29th season. Yeah, I think that fits.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad it hit either a shiny bronze or a dull silver.
All right, so now that does it for the HD era. We're going all the way back to the teens, and this is all the way back. It's from season 10. This is Homer Simpson in Kidney Trouble. We'll be back. And we are back, and we just watched season 10, episode 8, Homer Simpson in Kidney Trouble. This was first released in December of 1998, and it was written by everybody's favorite John Swartzwelder.
Hey!
In this episode, Homer doesn't let his father go to the bathroom on a long car ride home, which causes
piece of shit.
Which causes Grandpa Simpson's kidneys to explode.
Oh my God!
You're saying I don't need a new muffler?
So,
the bright side to every story.
Homer then signs up to have one of his kidneys removed to give to his father, but then Homer runs away from the hospital just before surgery's about to start and wrestles with coming back.
Piece of shit.
Guys, what did you think?
Oh, man, I love this one. It's great.
It's good, but Homer's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
But it's understandable. I mean, it's just human fear. I mean, no, at the start with the car trip thing, oh, what a piece of shit. I just wanted to fucking... Ooh.
Well, it's just a few more times over the horizon. Yeah, I know. It's
so self-absorbed.
It's like a sign that says, rest area, 86 pristine bathroom.
Yeah. World's largest porcelain bowl.
Which were good bits, but I am actually just having trouble reconciling the fact that Homer was a bit of a cunt in this episode. Even though it was pointed out to him, and even though he kind of redeems himself, he still doesn't because he still tried to run away again.
Yeah, but I mean, that stuff was like through sheer terror. He comes in trying to do the right thing and then it gets overcome by his fear. That's not quite as bad as just like the the sheer self-absorption of just, I don't need to go to the bathroom, therefore no one needs to go to the bathroom. This is not important.
He's
not important.
trying not to be selfish. He's just terrified.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's almost like why I'm kind of shitty at the episode for not like highlighting the fact that it's practically Homer's fault. Like,
oh, I know.
They do. They literally have. I blame myself in a way. We all blame you.
Yeah. But they do forgive him really quickly. Like he's like, I'll give him a kidney, and then they're all like, "Oh, Dad, here, have burgers and steaks and hot dog, and here's your favorite movies. We love you so much for generously giving your kidney to this man whose kidney you destroyed with your selfishness."
Yeah, and at the end when Marge says, and it's played for laughs, you've decreased your lifespan significantly to give someone a slight extension to theirs.
Yeah.
And that, to me, makes it feel like they were changing the reasoning a bit, but, like, I just don't like that it doesn't feel like Homer's getting enough comeuppance for this.
He drinks a lot of motor oil and loses a kidney, and most of his blood has to be put back in.
He does get hit by a car right on top of the head.
Yeah, I would say even though the characters don't punish him for it, karma does, because karma falls on him.
Lovely.
And breaks most of his limbs.
And the worst, like the world's worst people are like, you sicken even me. I once killed a monkey for his lollipop.
Stole this accordion from a blind monkey.
But you disgust me. And they throw him off the bridge.
Yeah. Okay, I suppose that even if the Ship of Lost Souls can condemn him, that's got to speak about how heinous his actions were.
Did you say the Ship of Lost Souls? Oh, so I like at the beginning when they're driving and the car breaks down. It's because this engine sticker falls off.
Yeah.
And who hasn't done that hey, the engine light's on. I've looked. The engine's there. I'm out of ideas. But no, that is a great bit where Grandpa sees him, starts walking to the car. He's got the horror movie trying to get the car started, and just the music and the zooms. And, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was perfect that it was his birthday as well. And then Jasper's on the other side, and Lisa's like, So, Danny, what about you? What jokes stood out to you from this episode, just to start us off?
Well, I wanted to quickly mention the cowboy place. No, it was called the Blood Gulch, world's friendliest western town or something.
Yep.
They're going along with the guided tour, and he's all like, welcome to the guided tour. This was a place full of prostitutes.
Founded by prostitutes in 1872.
Yep.
And now we're going to go to the whorehouse and the bordello and the hot room. And
yeah, they go past like Chuck's bordello, Tim's bordello.
And the Mission. Lots of prostitutes.
Lots of prostitutes in there. Anyway, they get sick of listening to this guy spout his crap. And Homer's like, do I have to put up with this shit? Do I have to listen to you? And he's like, well, no. So he wanders off and goes into the saloon, right?
Yep.
And every tourist is in the tour group. There's no one else there. He goes in and all the robots are at the bar being robots, like, but for themselves. There's no tourists there. They're just like, they're relaxing and having beers. The robot, it's a bar for the robots, not for the tourists particularly.
Well, yeah, have you seen Westworld?
Oh.
Yes.
Lots of prostitutes there.
Lots of prostitutes in there. And the barkeep is human, and he's there serving no one but robots. The human barkeep for the robots.
Yep.
That's all.
What it was like in my hometown. No, I mean, realistically, they just have all the animatronics going in case someone does wander off on the tour. Maybe they have multiple tours going at once. Maybe a tour group just left the bar because they'd finished that part of the experience.
Or maybe the balance of power has shifted. World is topsy-turvy. Robots are in control.
I know. Or a wizard did it.
Robot wizard.
Robot wizard. As we've discussed, the wizards are in fact in charge of the Illuminati and the robots.
So it all comes together.
Well, I'll start off this question by, what story point stood out to me. I'll say that although the Western town was pretty far from the whole kidney storyline, I gotta say it went into it pretty smoothly.
It got it. Well, yeah, they established it's 2 hours away. It's a long drive,
and they have Grandpa who's just fuck the rest of the outside stuff. I'm just gonna sit in here and drink sass.
Yeah, he has like 20 bottles of that stuff.
Yeah, because he can't get a good sarsaparilla back home, so that explains that very neatly and quickly.
Yep, absolutely. It is a bit of a weird, lame joke where Grandpa goes, "Oh, this anger's up the blood." The bartender's like, "Oh, you like it, huh?" And he's like, "Up yours." I don't know. It just felt very lazy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, well, up yours.
Give me a sarsaparilla, then we'll talk.
How about you, BT? What story points from this episode stood out to you?
I really like the Ship of Lost souls. And the ship that's
Pretty sure it's just called Honey Bunch.
Been meaning to paint over it.
Man, on this episode, I just have so many notes of just lines that I really love that I forgot was in this one.
Well, the Lost Souls ship is home to so many of these great lines, like the lady who's like,
my story of woe and heartbreak is bittersweet. If anyone needs to go to the bathroom, go now. Don't you walk around during my story.
Beautiful. And then the other guy's like, my story's better. It has tigers. And how they bring it back with, we might be thieves and harlots and just a bunch of tiger stabbers, but...
I think that's a really beautiful scene. As a scene, you open the door and there's
smoke-filled room.
Smoke-filled den of these like 7 characters of completely different backgrounds.
Who are just so despicable. The only people that can hang out with each other.
Yeah. It's beautiful poetry. It's perfect for any actual move, for real television, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and like all the drawings and stuff, like she's just got the ripped wedding dress. They're all sort of telling
still
us...
wearing the same wedding dress from that fateful day.
Everyone is so interesting.
I grew up so poor, so one day I stole a loaf of bread, put it in the freezer till it was very hard, and robbed a bank with it.
Yeah.
That feels like an incredibly short-swelled line, and it is just one sentence.
Oh, totally.
This unlikely team of superheroes.
And what was the guy with this voice? What's that
voice? Peter Thingamy from like Maltese Falcon and Casablanca and all of those movies.
O'Toole?
No.
I don't know.
No. Peter.
Because then both his neighbors would be penis.
Oh, that's great. Great, now I've got balls on the brain. But it also reminds me of the Aladdin, and I can't bring people back from the dead.
Yeah, it's that impersonation.
Not a pretty picture, and I don't enjoy doing it.
Yeah, that's literally who's doing in that. That's that impression. I don't know what the name is. That was what was weird about Aladdin. It's like, kids don't get these impressions.
Peter Lorre.
Oh, Peter Lorre, of course.
It is a bit of an out-of-date impression, I suppose, for Aladdin especially.
Denny, what story point stood out to you from this episode?
I got to agree with him. I think the Ship of Lost Souls was really like iconic set piece.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Really like brought to life the middle of the episode. Also really like, I think that was his moment of character growth, being shunned by the scum of the planet, basically.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's just because I've got an interest in these people, but like I don't feel like they're the real scumbags of the planet. They're clearly here. I've done something terrible, but I'm just looking at them being like, wow, these are all so interesting. I want to find out more.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all there because they've done horrible, horrible things in their past, and they're too ashamed to deal with them. So it's like going to the French Foreign Legion or something. You pretend
You're there to forget.
Yeah. Like any bar, I suppose, really.
Which has that great line, and it's like, we sailed the 7 seas trying to forget what? Oh no, here we go.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So, yeah, Schwartzwelder's like 1-2 punch, the whole playing with the deception and what you're expecting. Oh my God, he is genius.
Yeah. It's just this little hint that they have a life outside of this one haunting scene, you know?
Yeah.
Where every port they stop at, they're like, we have a haunting past. I'll tell you if you want to know. Quick, sit down. Let me. I've rehearsed this.
But go to the bathroom fast.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
No, it's like a snowball gathering. You know, each port they grab another one of these people to add to their group, and so they have to go through the whole routine again.
It's beautiful. I want to do something horrible just so I can join them. That sounds like fun.
You know what you've done.
I regret nothing.
So, play count. How many times before tonight do you think you've seen this episode?
Many.
Danny?
Many and more. I would say I've seen it many a time.
Yeah, I've seen this many times.
You always have to win.
I do. But honestly, this is one that I tend to have not gone back to as much in recent years.
No, that's fair. I knew which one this was going in, but I hadn't remembered. It was a lot more fun than I remembered. And I remembered it being fun, so...
No, there's definitely fun moments. I'm just going to be repeating myself, but yeah, I've got problems with Homer in this episode. But ultimately, did it feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I think having him be a self-absorbed person to the detriment of others is in keeping with his character. He wasn't being deliberately mean so much as ignorant of those around him.
Of other people's needs to go to the bathroom. And to be fair, he went into this planning to give him a kidney, but in that great scene in the bar, he gets kind of... That's where the fear comes. Because until then, he's like, yeah, whatever, I'll just go with this simple, deadly procedure. But then I do love Moe's whole thing. Like, look, I'll be honest, can I have your buttocks if you die? They look pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
And are those your original lips? Well, I said, hey!
Well, even
actually,
like Lenny, putting on the conspiracy thing. Oh yeah, now you'll be on the organ donor list, and everyone wants a piece of you now.
Yeah, and there's a great flip from, we all blame you, to which he goes, why didn't someone tell me what I was agreeing to? This is everybody's fault but mine.
Yeah. It's a really good episode about him confronting his cowardice, and that's I think that's part of his character, the simpleness of his nature. But also, it is something that you can see him fighting to overcome.
Yeah,
that's a really Simpsons-y thing to me, that he has human flaws.
Yeah, he's struggling hard to not be the golden retriever.
Yeah.
He's all like loving and loyal until it's scary, and then he wants to leave.
we have got to remove that window.
I really loved the second time he ran. That was a great double gag.
Because you're really not expecting it.
Yeah. It made such growth.
Even though it's beautifully shot the same way, pans up to Hibbert. Hibbert turns around and just like,
Yeah. There was the bit there where Homer, when he does go into the hospital for the second time, and he's like, okay, I'm going to do it. Determined music. Dun, dun, dun. Runs back. Goes to do it again. Runs back. But then he's just like, what did you say? It was like...
It's just like trying to go into the ocean.
When it's... Yeah.
You've just got to scream at top volume and just run into it.
Yeah.
With your arms flailing in the air.
Well, the sea forgives all, unlike those mean old mountains. I hate them so much.
Oh, and the candy shop's name was Call Me Delishmail.
And what was the clothing store? Davy Jones's Hamper?
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a ship before? Yeah, that one. The taffy shop.
I'm fleeing in shame, and I'd like to look my best.
Well, how about the wackiness of this episode? There were some wacky moments.
For sure. There's a great bit with the robots doing the can-can, and leg launches off, and then a butt launches off, and the was like, how you doing, sweet chicks? And then a robot hand just...
slaps him in the face. That was really good.
Yep. That's always given me a chuckle.
Yeah, the animatronics in this episode were kind of fun and playing with the wackiness. Like the guys around the card table, they're about to have a shootout, and then they're like, let's discuss our problems reasonably.
Tips over, now look what you've done. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
Really fun playing with the expectations. Other wacky moments when Homer's like, what is that train thing that he's driving?
I don't know. What do they call those? Little pump?
Yeah, I don't know. I call it a seesaw train.
Yeah, seesaw train thing, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And I love it.
When he tries to reverse park it?
Yeah.
Man.
Just chewing up the road along the way. And
it's not terribly wacky. It's technically not actually in the episode, but there's a bit where he remembers, his grandpa half-assed reading him stories and goes, that started my lifelong love of the printed word, and it's TV Guide, Sumo Baby's 200th episode.
Yeah, I would watch the fuck out of that.
200 of them.
Oh, man. I would binge that on Netflix.
I've seen this episode more times than there are episodes of Sumo Babies, but I gotta say, every time I expect him to long life love affair with NyQuil, and then he just downs a bottle of it with beer or something.
Also a fair joke, but yeah, it was just...
But how about the heart of this episode?
No, it was totally there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he starts out doing a terrible thing to his father, in a way, not on purpose, but through his negligence. That still makes him guilty, but it's like guilt by omission,
Sure, but then when he does wake up, find out they did take the kidney, he was mighty steamed, and...
He sure was. But the whole episode has been about him overcoming that fear and building up the confidence and trying to be a better person. That's a heartfelt thing.
Sure.
And then to have that decision pulled from him.
Yeah, he doesn't get to make the character growth. I would be a bit upset as well. I was just about to be a good person. Now I don't get the opportunity to do that. I was just trying to overcome my fear.
Instead,
now he doesn't get
harvested me.
Yeah.
I will say that actually brought up another bit of character continuity there. Hans Moleman is always in charge of a vehicle that he shouldn't be driving.
I don't know. Yeah, the quick cut down. It's got 3 planks of wood attached to the brake.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And he's driving one of those car trucks.
Yeah.
And just misses him. And then...
That was not... Oh, God. And it really just flattens him.
Yeah.
To Moleman's credit, he stops.
He stopped short.
Yeah. I really didn't like that, I mean, I did, but I didn't. I really didn't like that it hits him top down, It just, flattens him into the pavement or, realistically turns him into a Homer pancake.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really unsettling for me to watch. I would have really preferred if he'd been knocked flat, because you know, you might come back from that with a broken everything,
but not flat.
Homer is very spongy and resilient.
But there's that nice heart moment where he sees a father playing with his son on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
And I wish I had a relationship like with that with my father or with my kids. And then, runs through the middle of it.
Yeah. Just, I've got to take the first step. And that's right into the kid's sandcastle.
Yeah, when then he becomes the heroic golden retriever. And let's not forget the beautiful, tender heart moment where Marge is like, he's like, promise me you'll do something if I die. Marge is like, anything. He's like, blow up the hospital. She's like, I said I'd do it, so okay. And you see that look of, I really hope you survive twice as much.
Yeah. Totally. Yes or no, would you watch this episode again?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you got, of course. I'm just, in my head, I'm just like, I want to watch the episode where Marge has to, like, blow up a hospital.
I know.
Wrestling with her guilt, but she's, like, bound by her ethical code.
Yeah. She'd be, like, trying to call in a threat to get everyone out there, but wouldn't be menacing enough, so they wouldn't take it seriously.
Man.
Coming in season 41, when they are officially out of ideas. Yeah, I'd watch it again. What playlist would you guys put this in?
Operation.
Yeah. Operation ones.
Yeah, Homer's heart transplant and a few other bits of Marge's gazongas, maybe. I just wanted to say gazongas, I'm not going to lie.
The Sea Forgets All playlist.
Oh, yeah.
Like with Krusty the... Oh, God, fuck, what's his fake name?
Rory
B. Bellows.
Yeah, it looks like the same kind of shop that they walk into.
Yeah.
So,
Homer Grandpa.
Yeah, Homer Grandpa moments.
I feel like the when Homer goes on inner quest sort of things, you know?
Oh, sure, yeah. Pair this up with the Guatemalan Insanity Pepper episode.
Absolutely.
Totally. But Danny, what would you change about this episode?
Definitely needs more Guatemalan Insanity Peppers.
That's your answer for everything.
I don't know. Maybe it's something about the Cowboys stuff. Like, it was kind of funny, but it doesn't particularly like link into the plot or like foreshadow anything. Maybe it could have like had something about Homer's cowardice, or have something about Homer's self-absorption, or why he needed to get home so fast, or... Yeah,
if he got, like, scared in the gunfight or something.
Yeah.
You could have had that instead of that really awkward scene with, oh, that's Curly. He got laid off last month, but he still hangs around.
Yeah, man. Or, like, double rewrite. I'm just rewriting my rewrite. Mm-hmm. Entire episode set on the Ship of Lost Souls. Boom. Nailed it.
You want to see that, like, anthology episode.
Oh,
yeah, man. Yeah. I want to see like
Treehouse of Horror of Lost Souls.
Oh, I got shivers. Ooh, sexy shivers. Ship of Lost Souls crossed with the creepy island from the island.
You on the island.
Yeah.
BT, what would you change about this episode?
I want to see that episode.
I know.
Like, in addition to, I don't want this one changed. I just want a spin-off. You know?
We've got the Ship of Lost Souls and, like...
traveling to the island.
Giant bubbles and flamingos and weird shit.
Why did you think a giant bubble would stop anyone? Shut up. That's why.
Oh, I love it.
But changes?
Oh, yeah.
No, I really like this one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like even Homer's jerk ass that's not wanting to pull over. There's a joke every time he tries, and I think that works.
Yeah.
It gets us to where we need to be.
Sure.
A few more times over the horizon, go behind a tree like an animal. What?
Yeah.
F. Murray Abraham.
A few more times over the horizon doesn't make sense.
I know, that's why I
never
love
even thought about it.
That's why I love it.
Of course you never fucking get over the horizon. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's why it's great. I'll even that uncomfortable scene where the guy's like, help me, I'm sick.
Yeah.
And then he falls into the water.
And we watch him drown.
But it's saved by a sound effect. By the very end, the person just holds up a camera to take a photo of it.
Yeah.
It's a lot like in Shaun of the Dead, where Mary falls down and lands on the post, and that post comes out, and she gets up, and it just like starts winding the disposable camera.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
There's even a bit where they say, we tried playing that without the sound effect, and no one laughed. And then as soon as we put that sound in, whole audience goes off. And I think it's that. That's just, if there wasn't it wouldn't have been anywhere near as funny.
Really does save it, because as well, Bart's line of he knows what he's doing is doesn't land with me.
It's bleak, you know?
Yeah. But, I'm not against Blake humor or anything. It's just...
Watching with a critical lens, you do see how kind of out of place that feels. I never really thought about it before.
Not Simpsons-y.
Things I'd change, I think I'm just going to say what I said before. I just wish there was a tiny bit more comeuppance for Homer at the end or something.
Okay.
Like,
What does it take for you to be happy?
Yeah,
He's
Jesus.
got all his limbs broken and one of his kidneys is
A car
gone.
hit on him. The worst people. A car hit
The
on him.
ocean hates him.
Yeah, the ocean hates him.
Yeah.
The worst people in the world hate him.
the sea forgives all except Homer Simpson.
Yeah. What do you want, man?
BT, any other notes?
Yeah, if you look to your right, you'll see a hitching post. Maybe be used by bandits during some high adventure. And down on the floor is something that you often use for a sidewalk, possibly used by bandits, possibly during a heist.
Ooh.
Can
That-
resume in.
That's a keeper.
Yep.
No, other than that, I believe I'm out. Let me just double check.
Oh, I will
Yeah.
mention something from the last episode that we forgot to mention. In the last episode, Saga of Carl, when they're trying to find a new friend and they're in Moe's bar and they've got Lou the cop there.
And he's like, this is so racist.
And then he leaves and Hibbert's walking. He's like, oh, come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I love that.
See, I liked it because it played with your expectation that he was there. You're thinking, that's not cool.
Yeah, they get called out on it.
Yeah.
We came through to a quick corrections index, if you like.
Corrections index.
So, yeah, a couple episodes ago when we did, which was the one with the celebrities? When you dish upon a star. There was a line where they said that to leave LA because it was too phony. And he's like, why not go to Bethesda? And he's like, not phony enough. And we asked our audience, Bethesdans, is it phony enough? And Elliot, we got an answer.
So, yeah, friend of the show, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie.
No.
She mentioned to me that, yeah, Bethesda is in Maryland, and apparently it's just outside of DC, so a lot of the politicians go there and have houses there or something so they can, get away from DC, but not get too far away.
Mm.
But, I mean, it's like if one of our politicians had a house in, I don't know, Fishwick.
Yeah, for real. Hey, that plays. That works.
It's a good joke.
So thanks for that one, Stephanie. I feel like we've learned something today.
Dun, 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 dun. The more you know. Quick fire round. Marge's line of, there's 40% more gunfights and 40% more rootin' tootin'.
Yep.
That's just some classic Marge right there.
Yep.
She does love herself both rootin' and tootin'.
Mm-hmm.
That's strange. It's a strange combination. I've never thought about that.
Well, rootin' don't mean what it means here.
What about tootin'?
Oh, it means.
Farting?
Yeah.
Oh, so that is what Woody the Cowboy was talking about.
Rootin' and tootin'.
I'm gonna fucking fart.
In that order.
That's really what it is, the modern day equivalent.
International listeners, root is Australian slang for sex.
Copulate.
Copulation.
Which makes the suburb of Rooty Hill that much funnier.
I know, in this country, in the only country in the world where that would be funny,
Yep.
we have a Rudy Hill.
The wanted poster gag, what'd you guys think of that?
Yeah, for sure.
I was
Yeah.
down with it.
Yeah, definitely. I won me over. I quite like how quick it was,
Mm.
Oh, where'd you get that cute little poster? Oh, the security guard over there is handing them out.
Yeah.
Boom. Joke.
And you're like,
Told.
"Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick little cut to collar pulling,
Mhm.
which
Or
Marge
in
does not
Marge
have.
version, it's
Yeah. Nervous laugh,
Pretty good.
laugh, shove the poster in the purse. Even though that's not really helping the guy handing them out.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Homer annoyed me with the line of, I know a little something about medicine, doctor. Basically, that whole exchange where Hibbert was explaining the kidney problem to Homer.
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't like him in that scene.
I do like his line of, yes, and it's part of nature's dance, beautiful in its own way. It's like, so one day your kidneys just explode. Sunrise, sunset, cats in the cradle and a silver spoon. Yes, we have no bananas.
Yep.
Excuse me, doctor. I think I know a little about medicine. Doc, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a funny line. I don't know. I just didn't like how it was.
I know.
rolled out.
You've
It
been
didn't
so
land.
cranky this whole time about about jerky, jerk, Homer.
I've got to, be objective. This is an episode I otherwise like, but I had some problems with it.
It's okay, man.
I
You're
see.
allowed to have feelings.
I liked his big list of gorilla movies that Bart brought him. Ooh, apes are poppin'.
Apes are popping. Monkeys ahoy.
Yeah, I can't remember any of the other ones,
No.
but I had fun at the time. Moe's saying, polenta's a procedure.
Make a polenta's a procedure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
Deadly life-threatening surgery.
Procedure, deadly procedure.
There was a weird line about Lou Gehrig in this scene, though, as well.
I'm the happiest man alive now that Lou Gehrig's dead.
Yeah. That was weird.
It was.
Lenny mentions a vestigial tail. I wrote it down. I don't remember the context.
Oh, no, he's like, when you're on one of those sucker donor lists, when everyone wants an eyeball or a kidney or a vestigial tail.
Right.
Yeah.
Because my brother had one himself, and it turned out to be a pilonidal sinus, which I also had, and they suck.
Are you telling me you have a vestigial tail?
Are you telling me you had a tongue twister the entire time? You didn't tell me? A pilonidal sinus, a pilonidal sinus, a pilonidal sinus.
Nice.
Actually, I imagine a lot of medical terms are very tongue-twistery.
To a doctor's.
And why can't Grandpa just have that kidney I invented? Oh, Homer, that was just a beer can with a whistle glued to it.
Comes back to him inventing stuff, which is, the robot with just an empty shell. That's why your robot never worked.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. And little Homer, asking if that's the same Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, and
Jack Be Nimble.
Yep,
Jack Frost and Little Jack Horner,
and have some NyQuil.
Well done.
See, to me,
good.
that was just classic parent humor right there.
Mm-hmm.
Drug your children.
I love how happy Homer was with it. That did the trick.
Yeah. And then when he flashed back to adulthood, he's like, yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Doc Martens to podiatry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty funny. I love also how Bart just out of nowhere mentions, but I'm America's bad boy.
I think it's a little meta poke at how he was kind of called America's bad boy, America's troubled child by the...
Yeah. And then, by this point, that's all forgotten, and it's essentially the Homer show.
Yeah, pretty much.
The whole scene with Krusty entertaining Grandpa didn't really land for me.
It does at the very end. It's like, no, come back, doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just more than sad, How about that hospital food? I can't eat any.
So poignant. It's I guess it's undercutting the Patch Adams thing of, laughter's all well and good, but these people need help.
Yeah.
I also like when he walks in, it's like, I'm part of the hospital's last laugh program. Last
yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that joke played.
It's bookended by good jokes.
Oh, great. Oh, you haven't got long. Let's cut right to the big finale.
And the last night I have is just the French guy, how French he was. Our ensemble.
Yeah.
Tell us your story of Henri.
Henri.
What it really sounded like was he was really putting those French words in quotation marks. Like, I really like to eat baguette. So he'd be
italicized just that one bit.
Yeah.
like he was expecting people to go, ooh, he is French. Ooh.
He said baguette and he knew it in the right context.
I'm feeling déjà vu. Ooh, so French.
I need to escargot to their shops.
Get the fuck out.
Jesus Christ,
You would be
man.
thrown off the ship of lost souls.
And buy some snails.
Oh,
I'm a terrible person.
you're a terrible French person.
Who the hell gave me a podcast? All right, before we rank this thing, worst episode ever also did this episode.
Hey. Oh,
Really?
So out of
109.
111, what do you think this one ranked?
110. In fact, the fact that it's not 100 and... What was the other one they did? The 100 and...
The 111th, so their best episode that they've ever reviewed was Homer and Frank Grimes.
I haven't seen Frank Grimes in a while. This one's...
112.
This episode. Wait, what was 112?
Whatever, the 110. Yeah.
Well, Beach wins because it was 87.
Boo! Get with it, worst episode ever. Rewatch that and just tell me that wasn't magical.
All right, so it is time to rank this thing.
Boom.
Denis, go first.
I'm going to give this one a gold because it leaves me feeling happy despite it being sad.
Oh, succinct.
Thank you.
BT?
Yeah, I'm also at a gold. I was skirting cubic, but it's something just does not quite drive it to that point. But yeah, this one's really funny. I like the plot. I love the characters, even the quick little cameo characters, and just so many laughs and so many great notes and so many lines you don't realize came from this one.
Yep.
And Homer is trying so hard to reach for that apple above his station. He's trying to be a better Labrador.
He's trying to be a Labrador who walks on human legs. And he's so close.
It's so noble, you know? And then to have that opportunity stripped from him, like God plucking back the apple and saying, no, you don't even get to try to be a better person.
Well, I'm giving it a silver, and yeah, I've got my problems with Homer in this episode, but ultimately it's super funny. And I complain, but,
I know.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
You think you're here complaining now? Wait till we get off mic. I'm gonna give you such a complaining.
Complaining right into the kidneys. And this will average out to be a dull gold, and this will join such episodes as There's No Disgrace Like Home from Season 1, Selma's Choice, the Duff Gardens episode, Homer to the Max Power episode.
Well, that was a good
There
one.
are some funny
Yeah.
episodes.
Simple Simpson, the Pie Man one, Good, Sad, and the Druggly from Season 20,
Okay.
Treehouse of Horrors, X and XI. Yeah, that feels right.
It's pronounced Zai.
And
She.
yeah. All right, so that does it for the teens episode. Now we're going all the way back to the classic era, but not that far, only 2 seasons, to Season 8, where we're going to the Mountain of Madness.
Yeah.
AKA the one where Homer and Burns get trapped in a snow lodge.
Nice.
Also the one where you meet Cthulhu.
Yeah, I was about to say it's also a H.P. Lovecraft reference.
Really?
We'll have to see if we can pick up any Cthulhu kind of hints.
I'm in for it.
What the title is?
The title is At the Mountains of Madness is one of H.P. Lovecraft's better stories.
Ah,
Yeah.
ooh, that was a high note. And we are back, and we just watched our classicest and finalist episode for the evening, Season 8, Episode 12, Mountain of Madness. This was first released in February of 1997, and it was written by John Swartzwelder.
Mm-hmm.
The man, the myth, the munchkin.
That part's the myth, I've heard.
That's what it says on his LinkedIn biography. In this episode, feeling the need to build up his employees' teamwork skills, Mr. Burns takes the nuclear power plant up to a mountain, a snowy mountain, a national park of madness, and sets out everybody on like an orienteering mission to find this mystery cabin. Mr. Burns gets paired up with Homer, and they make it to the cabin there first by cheating, but then they get snowed in. And then it's a big search to find them and for them to find everybody else and to stave off madness. Guys, what did you think?
Yeah, it's good.
That is a beautiful sum up of the events.
Nice
I think
summation.
that those events don't have anything to do with At the Mountain of Madness by Lovecraft.
Oh, it doesn't. They're at a mountain. They're going mad.
Yeah. That's one of those stories where he comes across the camp of the previous scientists and they've all
Yeah.
been killed, and then they go into the
The
mysterious
things they were
cave and
discovering have broken free.
find the
and then-
monsters. That feels more like the X-Files in the Antarctica, or like or is it John Carpenter's The Thing? Another monster in the Antarctica, sort of.
Yeah, but there's more paranoia and less hallucination. But
BT, for better or worse, what jokes from this episode stood out to you?
okay, very quick one in the beginning where they're having the fire drill and a guy picks up an extinguisher, looks like he's about to use it, and then just starts beating people with it.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
It
Solid.
feels, first of all, very Schwartzwaldian, very Simpsonian, and it's a great bit. I do quite like that. And then Homer gets outside and he blocks the door.
And he blocks it over the chair. That was my bit. He was looking around and blocks it over the chair. And then when they cut to the next scene, everyone's like broken out the windows and out the things, and the chair's still
And
like
no
got
one
the door
moved.
Oh,
shut.
it's still onto the
Yeah.
door. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's excellent.
Because in Springfield, it's just everyone for themselves. And even
Yeah.
when someone broke out, they didn't think to move the chair.
Yeah, well, that's the joke that stood out to me was also from this scene where they hear the alarm go off and Carl goes, "Oh boy, the popcorn's ready." Opens up the bag, pulls out the kernels, and
Pulls
just
out the
like,
kernels.
something's wrong.
Wait a second.
Sorry, a joke I really wanted to point to was when Homer's telling them about the retreat, and Bart's like, "Nah, sharing is stupid, and teamwork is for losers, and this is all ridiculous." And
What's
Homer's
this garbage I've heard about tolerance?
Yeah.
And Homer's got the line of, "Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter," which
Yeah.
is something Sheridan says a lot.
I just see it quoted everywhere. Like, I've seen like a lot of shit posting where it's like someone's like Facebook or Twitter rant,
Yeah.
and then someone's posted that meme below it. Your ideas are intriguing.
Because it works great serious and it works great sarcastic.
Yeah, exactly. It's
just like
it's
life.
which one do they mean?
So yeah, you either go with that or old man yells at cloud. So Danny, any story moments from this episode stand out to you particularly high?
Yeah, when you put it like that, of course.
In the stupidest way possible.
My quick aside is I really liked how panicked Marge was about finding her kids. Oh, my kids are lost on the mountain. I can't find them anywhere. Have you
Well, I'm
looked
not
in
going to lie to you, ma'am. The odds of finding your children are very...
Hey, Mom. We'll have an
later.
eagle eye view of everything below this jelly.
directly below this? Yeah.
No, that sequence was amazing.
That was really funny. And then the chairlift breaks, and he's like, "Do you know anything about welding?"
See, actually, growing up, I always thought the joke was, "Do you have a will?" I'd always misheard it.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
But it
Do you
still
know how to
works.
weld?
Yeah, do you know how to weld? Do you have a will? Like, both work.
Sure.
Weld better.
To me, the pinnacle is where they start hallucinating each other's armies. You know,
Yeah.
they're deep in the depths of paranoia and suspicion, and what's the word? Locked in the room syndrome.
Cabin fever.
Cabin fever. I've got cabin fever. I've got it too. You guys probably haven't seen the Muppets Treasure Island.
I was about to sing it.
Yeah,
We've got cabin fever ever since we had...
Oh, great.
We got cabin fever. We're all out of my head.
You gave me the black spot.
Okay. Yeah, I think it really was like a beautiful way to kind of sum it up. Like, we'll build snowmen. No, we'll build real men out of snow.
And he's like, oh,
Okay. Yeah, he's building like 50 feet of intestines and
625 bones.
amazing.
Start
amazing.
from the inside. That actually reminds me of an old Ren and Stimpy book that I had, which is like how to draw Ren and Stimpy. And the Stimpy one was like really helpful. Draw a circle, draw a line here, connects up. But then the Ren description was start with the intestines, then move on to the heart and the other lower functioning organs.
Then draw the rest of the owl.
Build the skeletal structure around it. And
Jesus Christ.
it was really good.
Yeah.
BT, what story moment for you stook?
Dirtly dirt, dirtly derp.
I think they've already been mostly covered. I will say I think the last employee to arrive will be fired.
Yeah,
that was a
great.
nice little driving force behind the rest of the story. It was, Waylon's desperation. And there's a great bit where he's like, "Sir, I thought this was rigged so we could go together." It's like, "Oh, you've just been fussy as hell lately."
Yeah. You've been a bit of a pill.
You've been such a pill lately.
And
Why do we always fight on vacation?
And Mr. Burns' pose during that is just...
Man, it's
my
the best.
screen cap of that. It's just...
Yeah, we're going to use that
Absolutely.
somehow.
But tying it into both of your points is I really like how they were able to tie the Simpson family into this episode still. Mr. Burns goes, "Homer, did you bring your family? I thought I was supposed to." That's great because they're obviously there just to, again, like I was saying in the other segments, get their 2 or 3 lines in per episode. But also they found a really creative, clever way to tie the kids into the story, which was pairing them up with Smithers.
Yeah, because they're bored and they move on. I do really like the immediate follow-up of like, it's fine, kids. There'll be lots of fun things to do in this national park. Oh, I'm afraid that's not true, miss. Due to budget cuts, we'd have to remove anything even remotely fun.
Yeah.
And there's a great little dead silence of,
Yeah, that was great.
well... Goodbye.
That was literally voice acted by Adam West himself, by the way.
We suspect there was no guest stars in this episode, but
No named guest stars.
His phrasing was,
very Westy.
he wasn't listed in the credits, but you could tell.
and as we found out, Zootroy is still in the plan.
Yeah, Zootroy still works there.
Yeah.
And
work hard every day, you get a shiny new penny.
Ooh.
He must have so many shiny pennies.
So many.
Oh, anyway, as for what story moment stood out to you, I think this entire episode is summed up by the very last shot of Burnsy and Homer laughing and then staring at each other in fear and suspicion, then laughing and away with fear and suspicion, fear and suspicion.
It speaks a lot to the whole, underneath this veil of civilization, we have just merely animals, and these two have been through a harrowing experience together, and they know they've seen
the beast behind the smile.
They've stared into the abyss.
Yeah.
And when they fought monsters, they became monsters themselves.
Oh, we're back at Lovecraft. I love it.
That's Nietzsche, but whatever.
But
there's a gray area,
for sure. Existentialism.
Definite some crossover there. But yeah, I like this because this is another advancing of the Homer Burnsy storyline because, by this point we've already had Who Shot Mr. Burns. They've taken the Mr. Burns can't remember his name thing as far as they could, and to actually have them paired up like this was a fun buddy movie, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Especially when he's talking about cheating and how why should the race always go to the swift or the something else to the something else?
Yeah.
Why should the race go to the swift or the word jumble go for the quick-witted?
If a man can find a way to give himself a leg up, then surely it's his American duty to do so. Like, Mr. Burns, I insist we cheat.
That was great.
And then you know how to cheat really well. Yes, I do.
Well, I'm much older than you.
That's right.
There's so many excellent Schwarzwaldian one-liners here. That's our word of the day.
Schwarzwaldian.
We'll get into more of that later, but first, play count. How many times have you seen this episode before tonight, BT?
I will say 6.
All right.
6,000?
Yeah.
That's a lot of times.
Many a time. Many a moon.
Yeah, I'd say this is well up there for me. Maybe even 100, realistically speaking.
Yes, I've won this round.
Congratulations. How does it feel?
It feels like the crisp, snowy peaks of a national park mountain.
Where everything fun has been removed.
I really liked the we better not say anything unless it's absolutely positively necessary.
So here's a quick...
think they stopped.
All right, so another quick numbers guessing game. How many avalanches were there in this episode?
Oh, wow. Okay. I think they stopped. Absolutely positively necessary.
No counting.
Oh, well, fuck you. Then, I don't know. What are numbers? I'm going to say brown.
12.
12?
Brown.
The eyes have it.
Fine. It's just fucking 9.
9.
9?
12.
Yeah.
12. Shag wins. There were 14 avalanches in this episode.
And you wouldn't let me say brown for what reason?
I don't know the currency conversion.
Brown is worth 2 purples. God.
It's the same as moonbeams to mollygrubs.
Yeah. Remember Mollygrubs?
I remember. Yes, I
Tweet
remember.
in if you remember mollygrubs.
And how fucking weird that shit was.
Oh, yeah.
Drugs are bad, okay, kids? But they're great for making kids shows.
Ironically.
Any impactful moments that have stuck with you over the years?
Well, from the mightiest pharaoh to the lowliest peasant.
Sitting.
Who
You ever
doesn't
sit
enjoy,
like this?
Who doesn't enjoy a good sit? And then we get to the great little. The only difficult part is getting up. Say I wanted that bowl of dip over there.
Why, you'd have to get up.
That very infomercial.
Yeah. Well, here's a little move I've been working on.
Oh, that was great. And the sound effects, like, really highlighting how oafish he's being in that moment.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah, it's clunky, and every single bounce, it looks like it's about to go off the edge.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Sir, I am in your debt."
Use it wisely, my friend. And then clink.
Yeah. The clink is the perfect noise for the avalanche. It's like clearly such a quiet noise, but it's also got that pure crystally sound, just enough to be believable. It's not true, but it's believable, you know?
Yeah, it's just that high-pitched sort of...
Yeah. I really liked when they're tunneling out of the apartment, and I mean, first off, when Burnsy's like, homie, I gotta level with you. I may not be as good a digger as I've been making myself out to be. And Homer charitably throws him a bone. He's like, well, maybe you could supervise. You could manage me. Like, he's like, okay, you dig that hole. You da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, we're such an excellent team.
We're such an excellent team. We could be Burnsy and associate.
Yeah. No, wait.
Burnsy and teammate.
Yep.
And they get out. They make it to the outside world. And they're like, yes, we did it. High five.
You got to do it into the microphone, otherwise they can't hear it.
Yeah, that's terrible. There we go.
That sounds more like my hand.
Good work, Paige.
Impactful moments?
I was going to say, I really like only who can prevent forest fires? You have collected you, meaning me. This is incorrect. The correct answer is you.
Fuck you, Smokey.
I know.
That is just such an awesome bit. Like, there's no right answer. It's great.
Yeah. And I almost feel like, given how much Schwartzwelder loves his Americana, there's probably a machine out there that did that.
Oh, yeah.
Got him.
I also like Marge's quick throw lane after, like, the kids are like, oh, can we go outside? It's like, all right, but we'll come back when you're apple-cheeked.
Yeah. And yeah, immediately after that, there was this excellent visual thing where she's holding Maggie, but she turns her around to the camera and then realizes she's holding her upside down.
Yeah, because she's that star fish.
It was a great little visual joke that just closed out that scene. It was... anyway, the one bit of impactful thing that I keep coming back to over and over again over the years is when Burnsy and Homer are fighting, and Homer goes, so what? So buttons.
Yeah, it's so old-timey.
I always tell people to sew buttons.
My grandpa's grandpa used to say that, you know?
I do like just before that when he's like, they're staring at the two snowmen after they put their clothes on them. After that, mutually agree they need to put clothes on them.
Yep.
It's like, look at them standing there watching peepers for peeping, waiting till we go to sleep, and then blam. It's like, what do we do? Oh, wouldn't you like to?
They really played with the
Perfect.
madness so well in this.
Yeah. I love that they both gave him all their clothes, and then they stand there and they're both shivering.
Yeah. Their clothes now probably wet from snowman. All right, well, ultimately, did this feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
Yeah, no one's off point. They do go insane really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
shit, they do.
Cabin fever, wow, I thought you'd get more than a day before that set in.
But
there
also
you go.
appreciate that Homer gets separated from Marge for a day, and he's already like a hobo in rags
Yeah.
in the treehouse trying to make a tree march.
Playlist. What happens to Homer with no Marge?
Yeah, for like more than 3 hours.
A couple of hours.
Oh, man.
Yeah, feeling like an episode of The Simpsons. I love how the kids were just the kids in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bart's all looking for gold. It's like, is there any sap in this one? And Lisa's like, I found another wounded shrew.
Yeah, a hurt shrew.
Yeah. Smithers like treating their relationship, the Burns thing like a relationship. Why do we always fight on Christmas?
Yeah.
And then also being paranoid about getting fired and being
Yeah.
driving and having the last man surviving being the driving motivation. And Burnsy, like, oh man, we did not say that he walked in being like, hey everybody, I'm full of pep and energy.
Yeah, and he's just doing that strut.
My first note is
Yeah.
Burns strut. And then he
yeah,
just...
his like legs and his arms are on like 90-degree angles
Oh,
as
it's
he's
amazing.
swinging.
And then it like montages through the old clock montages. He slowly gets more and more droopy.
it's got the great line of coffee, Mr. Burns? No, the thrill of a new day is all I need. And it's,
Yeah.
no. It's just 11:30. With this coffee. Coffee.
As many of us do at 11:30.
Yeah. And then it just bounces up after his little sip. Beautiful.
And it just brings me back to Homer the Smithers where, the percolations are imminent.
Yeah.
Cease your ingress.
Mr. Burns and coffee episodes. It's a playlist now.
Surprisingly so. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And just while we're here, there was another actually interesting through line where I didn't intend for this, but this is another episode where Lenny and Carl are at odds.
Yeah, they are really at each other's throats the whole time.
And I got to say, when I first saw this episode back in the day, I always found it odd that Lenny and Carl were at each other's throat
This
in
was
this episode.
jerk-ass Carl, could be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Jerk-ass Carl playlist.
Yeah, like he gets paired with Lenny. He's like, nah, nuts. I mean, nuts.
Yeah.
And then they get to the cabin. He's like, oh, we got here due to teamwork. Yeah, my teamwork. Like, wow, Carl, jeez.
What a bitch. It's as soon as it's your job is on the line,
Yeah.
suddenly you don't look at him as a friend anymore. It's
You know what? There's another veil of madness. He's all friends
Yeah.
and chummy, but
Yeah.
as soon as there's something on the line, the veil of civilization just falls, and there's
strips
pure.
away.
But it even went before that, because it was at the power plant when they were doing the drill and they're outside and they just all of a sudden start fighting and engaging in fisticuffs. My God, how uncouth.
I know. I do love Homer's line of "Go, Lenny, get him, Carl!"
Yeah.
Immediately backing both sides.
That's what good friends do. Well, let's talk about the wackiness of this episode. Yeah, there was a rocket house.
Yeah,
There was a rocket house.
I do love the line of "Dear Lord, please bless this rocket house and all that dwell within the rocket house."
I love Lenny's line, oh my God, something's wrong with its brakes.
You idiot, Lenny. What the fuck, man?
Sorry, before we get into the wackiness, can I point out some of the least wacky parts?
Yeah, sure.
So I really like how the second avalanche, you can see in the background, it does snuff out the fire, and that's why it's
Yeah, I
them.
saw that.
Yeah.
I do like that. You can also see the propane tank that will be
Getting
used to
pushed
propel them later
through.
is already protruding
Yeah.
through earlier
Oh,
on.
they introduce it in that excellent
Yeah.
bit with, now we have electricity and the propane tank for warmth.
Then after the first avalanche, it gets pushed through the wall, so it's like sticking into
Yeah,
the
so you
cabin.
can see it in the background. So it doesn't suddenly become, oh, and this is here. It was there the whole time. I do like that
Yeah.
picture. And yeah, doorknob, when turned properly, will allow us access to the cabin.
Ooh.
Ooh, no windows for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, already a funny line with an excellent punch-up from Homer. But yeah, other wacky moments?
A morbid bit of whack is like, hey, everyone, before we start this search, let's just give a moment to humor the children. Kids, your father's going to be fine. Now everyone put on your corpse handling gloves. They've been gone for like
we got 2
3-4
frozen
hours.
bodies to find.
Hear that, Lisa? Dad's gonna be just fine.
I think all the wacky happens in that very first scene. Like when he's like, bing, ooh, popcorn's done. He takes the bowl and just tips all the kernels straight in.
Yep.
Or there was the guy like picks up the fire and then just clobbers the guys with it. There's the guy that running around in circles going, oh, fire, 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 fire.
fire.
Oh, and there's Lenny as well, who's making himself one of those machine coffees, and he's just just going to it. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, if I used to work in a place that had one of those, and I made a vow to get every drop of coffee humanly possible from it as payback for working in shitty conditions. Also, the other bit of wackiness is Burns setting off the starting gun and just gets buried into the snow.
And then just, figuring equal and opposite reaction, shoots down, comes up, works fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's physics, baby.
I think a moose actually probably catches fire a lot more than a taxidermied moose head would.
That's where you'd be wrong.
No? Oh, is that a fact?
Moose are highly flammable. Even when taxidermy. That's why they live
Especially
in the
when
snow where there's less fire. And now you know. Yeah.
Knowledge is power, and knowing is half the battle.
And power corrupts.
And
So never know anything and you won't turn evil.
Shit, but now I know not to do that.
Oh, shit. And now we're all corrupt.
I still love that, though. Mr. Smithers, that moose is on fire.
Mr. Smithers, I found another shrew.
I don't know how tired he's like, fine, great, I don't care.
We can help you. I've got a watch with a minute hand. What time is it?
12:80.
Wait, what's after 12?
1.
No, after 12. How about the heart of this episode? Do you guys feel the bumps?
Not really.
No, it's not that kind of episode exactly.
Oh, the heart of friendship, perhaps?
No.
Oh.
The only friendship you get is Lenny and Carl's like,
Yeah.
just so everyone at home knows, I'm giving double birds.
You're flipping a deuce.
They do not call it that for a reason.
There's this friendship between Homer and Burns, but they end the episode staring each other down with the face of madness,
That's true.
It's like if there's heart here, it's saying everything you love, you will burn to survive.
Brutal.
So
That is the bleak lesson of humanity, of
that's
nature.
why we can't go back to an escape room.
I just really did like the friendship of Burnsy and Homer in this episode, and I think that they did end it in a way that they can go back to being the...
Oh, they can reset to 0, but I'm not going to call it friendship because it immediately dissolves as soon as things get hard.
They tried to kill each other.
That's not what friendship is, man.
When was the last time you tried to kill me?
That you know about?
No, I wasn't asking you, Beach. I know.
Oh.
Well, you never made your way to the poison slice of pizza, so I underestimated your appetite, but, next time, Gadget, next time.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I can agree that it was largely devoid of heart, and the second that it felt like they were going for, oh my god, the kids are missing, Marge needs to find them. Oh, there they are.
Seconds later.
Yeah.
Which was funny, but not heartfelt.
So this was more of a comedic, heavily comedic. This was such a funny episode. Yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
I suppose so.
Yeah, why not? What playlist, other than all the other millions of ones that we already mentioned, are we going to put this one in?
Moose appearances.
Fire moose. Snow episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it with a murder horn,
Yeah.
Put it with the one where Skinner tries to burrow his way out through the snow.
Yeah. Nibbles, chew through my ballsack.
Chew through my ballsack.
From season 12, yeah.
Yeah, that's got a bit of cabin fever as well, yeah.
Yep, totally.
Cabin fever. Bottle episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Burnsy Homer team-ups, there's enough of those.
Yeah, definitely.
BT, anything you'd change about this episode?
I kind of find the pacing on this one a little weird. It's not...
Oh, okay.
It's just, little something's missing for me. Don't really know what... Maybe it's they go so crazy so quickly. You know what? Very simple. Just the propane tank in the back, it's leaking. There's a gas leak, that's what's doing it.
Yeah.
Or
it's set over 3 weeks.
Yeah, even then. That would be intense.
Easy to do as well. You just have some of those cut to night
and you
scenes.
get a lot of Marge trying to reassure the kids as she herself slowly quells into doubt. Because the funniest stuff is probably within that cabin, but it feels like it doesn't quite have the context of why are they so crazy so quickly. He's gone from, well, we've been buried here. I guess no books, no board games. How do we entertain ourselves? Make snowmen. No, we'll make real men. It's like, immediate already? You've lost your mind straight away.
Yeah.
So I guess that's only my real problem with it. And I just something just that doesn't get me on pacing here that I'm I'm along for the ride, but I'm looking out the window, you know.
I suppose once you've established that they're trapped in a cabin, you know that the next logical step is cabin fever.
So why fuck around for too long?
Yeah, it's a half-hour episode. It's format. I mean,
Yeah.
you know it's on the cards. Let's just get to the next scene.
There's something on pacing on this one. Maybe it's not even pacing, but there's just something is not 100% where I want it to be, and I can't quite nail down what that is.
Oh, wow, because I was going to say I don't think there's room for change in this episode. Even like the first act, we were complaining the other one's largely removed from what happens in the rest of the story. This one
gets straight into it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's all tied in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all tied in, building up this sense of teamwork. And I get what you're saying about the whole quick descent into madness, but also I'm with it because maybe they're just devoid of oxygen or something.
So, you know what? I like my descent slow. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also, The Descent. That's a good movie. We should watch that.
Oh, yeah. Danny, any other notes?
I feel like we've really covered what needs to be covered in this episode. I feel that I think the only thing that's really missing from this episode is that there's a whole mountain full of employees, and the movie sort of makes it feel like it's just the Homer team and the Smithers team.
Yeah, we could have thrown to some other employees.
Yeah,
we
do
there.
cut to Lenny and Carl at the top of the mountain, like once.
But that's it.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, okay.
But what about Zootroy?
Yeah, where's Zootroy? Where's Mindy? Where's the 45 other teams that were out there?
Okay, I get that. And I will say, Jordan's anal corner.
Jordan's anal corner!
Oh, no.
At the end when Burns goes, well, you guys know the rules. Last one in the cabin is fired. And the 2 groups that go in, there was about, I don't know, not even 15 people in amongst those 2 groups.
The rest are dead.
Oh.
Yes, they rode their corpse to the bottoms of the mountains like sleds.
Like in that other episode.
No brakes on this thing.
All right, time for some quick fire notes. I really want to just express how much I loved the visuals for this episode. There was so many awesome camera moments here, like especially with Burns in his own head where you can hear his internal monologue and he's descending and they're doing those zooms. It looks so good as they're like building the tension with the music and everything.
Yeah. I also like when they get flung back out of the tunnel by the second avalanche and they just go tumbling and it looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh, and even when he's opening the door and the snow comes in, opens the window, it comes in like a different way and sweeps his legs up. Is there any way out? No. Unless... opens the door again.
Yeah, very much, run to the front of the boat. Alligators, run to the back of the boat. Electric eels, run back to the front of the boat. Alligators.
Oh, yeah. Totally. And conversely, there was an awesome static shot, which I loved, which was when Homer pulled into the parking lot and his car's just sliding and he looks like, the DVD logo from a screensaver.
Yeah.
Just slamming into the cars.
And someone swears they've seen it hit the corner exactly, but it doesn't happen.
It didn't happen.
You unbelievers. Oh, ye of little faith.
Quick fire notes. I love the sound effects board now.
Ooh, that's a good one.
When Mr. Burns has his coffee and he's all perked up and Smithers like, oh, what would you like to do? Play checkers, Chinese or domestic?
Yeah. It's
fun little
thing,
thing.
isn't it?
I like when they're doing like the orientation and they're up the mountain and Mr. Burns is making his big speech and Smithers is giving the instructions and you got to follow your maps and the cabin's listed on your map and Homer puts his hand up. I lost my map.
You haven't been issued a map yet.
I love this.
Just really like I ate my glue, isn't it?
Yeah. But just assuming because he didn't have one, I already lost it.
I already goofed.
Mr. Burns' phrasing of not bloody likely. That one just stuck with me through the years. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a
Not bloody
bit.
likely.
Jordan's anal corner.
Oh no.
Wouldn't Smithers have noticed that everyone had been paired off already?
No.
Oh, you mean he was the last man standing?
Yeah.
And there was no one left in the audience for him to be paired off with. Not because the camera angle was focused on him.
Also,
Also, wizards.
He's got you. He's got you good.
Boney all behind. Boney all behind. Boney all behind.
Why, thank you, Simpson. I have been working out.
That's pretty good.
When Mr. Burns says to Homer, you're not as objectionable as I once thought.
No, I am not.
That was a great line. Quick fire.
Ow, he got me. Ow.
The telegraph sequence is a bit weird, but I liked it, where Mr. Burns taps on the telegraph, shot of the wires.
You want to talk Jordan's handle, huh? It's just...
Oh, yeah, he was going SOS, 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 SOS.
Yeah, but he was like, avalanche, send help. Yeah, what the hell? Come on, man. You assume we don't speak. I mean, who doesn't know Morse in their basic coding?
Also, I mean, if you're repeating SOS, it'd be SOS, 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 not SOS, 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 SOS.
Yeah, and people are like, so what?
Yeah.
This guy is really average. He's so times 40.
Yeah. Anyway, following the cable of the message down is a bit of a trope. They were doing a cliche.
But I liked how it ended up in a museum of a telegraph.
Yeah.
It was just an interesting choice. And another point where Lenny and Carl were together on the mountain was when they were like, well, the cabin's apparently right here. Maybe it's a metaphorical cabin.
Oh, yeah, the cabin is this place inside ourselves that we got to through teamwork.
Yeah. They said there'd be sandwiches.
Yeah.
No metaphor for that. I like the sequence with Ranger McFadden as well.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Ranger McFadden?
I see so many nice people.
Okay, but you're drunk. Where's Ranger McFadden?
Right here, sir, behind the drunk.
Lovely.
Good fake.
Lovely work.
I guess that means it is time to rank this thing.
Remember, the last person to finish their ranking will be fired.
Oh, I better go first. I'm giving this one a cubic.
Wow.
Whoa, Elliot.
I'm actually was kind of surprised halfway through, and you guys sort of were like, yeah, it's okay. Because I'm like, oh my God, this one's excellent. I don't see a lot of room for improvement. There is so many quotable moments in this episode.
But
there
not
is
compared to the last one, there ain't.
So many impactful moments throughout this. Yeah, that's all I got to say. It's a cubic from me. BT, what do you say?
Man, no. I mean, even Bart says, are there gold in these hills? And he's told no, and I agree. I'm skirting a silver, dude. I don't
What?
it's nothing that I particularly want to fix. It's just something doesn't grab me here. Maybe because it's skirting madness, and that's my wheelhouse. And I feel like they're not doing the type of madness I want to see. There are some nice quotable moments, but there's not...
Wheelhouse. This is the first time today I've ever heard someone say wheelhouse. And
well, I mean,
it's in your wheelhouse.
It's in your wheelhouse now. You know, it's something that's within your domain of area of expertise. Your domain. You're on
my
this.
wheelhouse.
Yeah. It's a house with wheels.
See, that's what... Because,
I mean, yeah, it's in the name.
Before we were recording, you called me on this as well, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like... Because I use sporting metaphors all the time, and I've never watched a sport. Like, that's a home run.
Listeners, tweet in. What the fuck is a wheelhouse? Does anyone say this, or have these two guys picked it up from being trapped in this studio too long?
In all honesty, I actually think it's got something to do with water wheels.
Wheelhouse.
I'm going to go on record just to speculate that. So if I'm right, I look extra smart.
I would agree with you, actually.
And if I'm wrong, well, I edit these things.
It's from the days.
So you're honestly giving this one a silver?
I mean, I'm trying to drag it up, man. I don't feel the love for this one. It's nice. I got some yucks. I got some larfs.
I'm not noting it down yet because I don't think you believe you. But Danny, what are you ranking this
wait,
thing?
before we move on, I'm going to say, to me, this isn't a cubic because it does not have that heart. It does not have anything more to it other than some good larfs and a decent story.
But as far as being essential to the Simpsons experience,
it
I think
isn't. I agree.
Fuck you. Danny?
Welcome to a rock and a hard place. How are you this evening?
Hey guys.
Look, just pretend this is a divorce hearing.
You're never going to win. I have bacon in my pocket.
And what are you ranking this thing?
Look, Elliot, you can stop making those sex eyes at me straight away.
They're sex nipples.
All I can say for certain is it's not a cubic. It is either a silver or a gold.
Okay.
We might never get more accurate than that.
It's a tough call, to be fair. Again, it's one of those ones where I said I'm skirting silver. I didn't say that specifically.
Okay.
But it's just I'm following the guts, and not enough the guts are leading me to a gold. Plus, I had that.
Well, look, I say these things, but you do have to follow your heart. You know, this is the point of the individual rankings.
Dude, even though you're bigger than me, I don't find you remotely intimidating. I know where your weak point is. It's the balls.
Batman, bad plan. I bet all your plans are just, it's the balls.
Except for Claire.
You're still trying to figure that one out. You've got some diagrams and you've got some theories.
There's a plan, but I don't want to announce it.
It's with cake, isn't it?
Cake and foxes.
Ah.
She likes foxes.
Quick, delete that off the recording. We might need that later.
Yep.
Okay, look, the thing is that I feel like I enjoyed the last episode even more. You know, the kidney thing where I was just like, oh, it was so good. I walked out of that being like, man, that was fun. And this one I'm just like, this is a good episode. I'm enjoying all this bottleneck stuff, but I didn't walk away being like, damn, mind blown. Definitely not cubic-y.
Sound the same way. I'm like, I like the last one more, and I golded that.
Yeah. So does that make this a silver?
That's the question, and that's where I'm settling. You can.
Well, no, because it's not, what is better. It's just there's 6 boxes. Just
I know.
Put it in one.
We've done 500 of these episodes.
Beej, what are you doing? Are you staying with silver?
Okay, I'm going to try my famous say them both out loud and see which one feels true.
Yeah,
This is how I decide whether or not I'm in love. So, I give this episode a silver. I give this episode a gold. I'm still a little bit stuck between the two. I'm leaning towards the silver, though.
I think I'm going to say silver. And to me, the reason is that, while I was there, I enjoyed the whole episode. But by tomorrow, my memory will be, I liked the inside of the cabin and the rest I forget about. And that's 2/3 of the episode. To me, it was enjoyable, but largely not what I was here for. I was just here for the Homer Burns stuff.
Wow. I can't believe this. I thought this was going to be quintessential, cubic, unanimous.
Oh, it is, man. Just not unanimous or cubic.
Oh, but silver. And silver's still great.
Silver's still great, man. Don't be so down on silver.
Yeah, I think of someone that I've silvered like Simple Simpson. And yeah, I would kind of put this on par. They feel about...
Is that the one with the crayons?
No, that's the one where he's the pie man. I find it about the same level of fun.
Well, that's the point of the individual rankings.
I know.
Absolutely.
You know what? Listening audience, go out and make up your own minds.
Yes, like and subscribe. Tweet in your response.
Yeah, more so than ever,
Yeah. Just
tell Elliot he's wrong. Doesn't matter if you believe it. Just say it anyway.
Or tell Elliot he's right.
Yeah, please.
Don't pander to
I need validation. Come on, people. All right. Well, that is a surprising result.
I
but,
know.
that is the nature of the individual rankings. And
he's going to edit this in post, so we all give it a cubic.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say the word, then he has your voice saying
I give this a cubic.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've got
Rest or black.
60 episodes of you guys saying every combination of things.
It's true.
I can make this work. All right, guys. Well, that about does it for episode 64, a.k.a. Nintendo 64 of the Simpsons Index. BT, thank you for joining me in this unknown studio.
It's been fun.
It sure has. Thank you, Danny.
We're combining to form Devastator. Sorry, is
that our punk rock band?
It was like a Transformers thing.
We did.
You were supposed to say thanks for joining me in the studio, and I'm like joining Transformers.
And I'm Elliot Jay O'Neill. I'll form the head.
There we go.
You can add that to our list of growing number of bands. We have Super Queen and the Groove Tuners. That's our funk band. And we have the New Unborn, which is our prog rock
Oh,
band.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And we have Devastator. Or, no, actually, let's call it Combined to form Devastator. It sounds way better.
Yep. Write it down.
Awesome. All right, and I've been your host, Elliot Jay O'Neill. That's all the mustard in the cabin.
Sure.
Thank you for checking out the Simpsons Index podcast. Don't forget to go to www.thesimpsonsindex.com for the spreadsheet and information about upcoming episodes.
And for today's extra content.
And joining me tonight is who used to host tonight? Matthew White. That's right. And and starting out tonight, we watched an episode from the HD era, the new high definition spick and
What
spuckly.
does HD stand for?
Horse dick.
I knew it.
Hello, Dolly.
Want me to tell you what HDMI stands for? Ooh. Anyway. Do we have like an Aussie Sasquatch?
Oh.
Yeah, the fucking drop bear, dude.
Yeah, but no one believes in that
Or the
shit.
bunyip. I guarantee you can find someone.
You got to cut that out. We're not allowed to say that on air.
What?
That no one believes in the drop bear.
Well,
does that summit it or something?
No, it's part of the tourist code.
But yeah, drop bears are real, but it's just the level of like what they do is, what the
It's
exaggeration
not that no one
is.
believes in them so much as no one's going to go out there and hunt them. I mean,
Yeah, that sounds hard. When your country is full of shit that can murder you anyway,
Yeah.
you don't really bother to make it up.
Yeah, fucking bunyips. Who cares? Like my backyard is full of those spiders with the little red hourglass things in the back.
Ooh,
Redbacks, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh
I went down to the cellar and I'm pretty sure I saw some baby funnel webs and I just got right the fuck out of there.
man, I've been having wasps build nests in our house.
Oh,
In your
fucking
house.
wasps, man.
Oh my god, man. And I get like this spray thing that goes pshung, out like 6-10 meters, and I wrap myself in like dunas and like face scarves. And shit.
If you ever feel useless, remember that Trump has a speechwriter.
Yeah.
So I don't have my shit together because I'm a shit.
You know what,
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Elliot? Go to Bunnings, get a small shovel, get a pail, and get your shit together.
All right. Well, this will average out into be
Lots of nuggets in a blender. Time to get your shit together.
Gonna take this moment to message Claire, who isn't feeling well today.
Hey, Claire.
Shout out to Claire, who is not feeling well today.
Mm-hmm. I know you have to do it like love song dedications. Can I have a shout out to Claire now, who is in bed but all alone, not feeling too well. We've got Baby Come Back being played for you by Danny R. Says he loves you and he can't wait to see you. That's sweet. All right, so Claire, this one's for you. Baby Come Back. Do-do-do-do. You can play all
Oh, Baby
of
Come Back.
me.
I thought you said Baby Got Back. And I'm like, what a choice.
That is so much better. I'm so sorry I didn't think of that.
Just in bed with an upset stomach, and I'm Richard Mercer, and I'm sending her Baby Got Back. So mix a lot.
I like big. Okay. He's gonna be on my head all day now.
Oh, yeah.
You
Hey,
what the brothers can't deny.
How much does your anaconda want?
It depends, Beach.
Yeah.
Do you got buns, hon?
I most certainly do not. Less buns, more to chewed wad of bubblegum.
Oh, Beach, you're better than that.
And I'm not little in the middle, sir.
But when Beach walks in with a pretty little waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
Duke sorts a lot. There we go.
Duke sorts a lot.
Yeah, instead of Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Carefully sorting things so they're not mixed together.
Oh, you're the worst. Oh shit.
Yeah, get some pizza mouth sounds. That's some good mouthfeel.
We all talk about mouthfeel for a couple of minutes as a special bonus extra just for Phil, who hates the word mouthfeel.
I hate the word mouthfeel.
Oh my gosh!
Oh
you and
my
Phil
gosh.
have so much in common.
Yeah.
Because it's just feel. We don't say, how does this food feel, and assume you mean hands.
Oh my god, it's like you read my mind.
I'm starting to wonder if it is Phil who says that, or if it's you and I'm confused. No, I'm pretty damn sure it's Phil.
Oh. I'm scared to touch him now in case we like,
Yeah,
you know,
and there's
fuse
like a,
and-
yeah.
Is it because everyone calls him Mouthfeel?
Well, now
No,
it
but I
is.
will.
Yeah.
Sorry, Phil, mouthfeel.
Oh, mouthful. Do we mention Smokey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's still great. If you want to do it again, I'm behind you.
Smokey and the Bandit 3. But Smokey is the Bandit.
And they look just like Burt Reynolds.
Except for the
With a
mustache.
Mama.
Hello, welcome back to Just Balls, where we talk all things balls. Sports and otherwise.
We got him. You want him.
Pick up line of the century.
Want balls? We got him.
Big ones, small ones.
Some as big as your head. Give him a twist, a flicky of the wrist. That's what the showman said. Oh!
Oh, shit.
balls.
balls.
Ow. I'm done.
Oh, now you guys have to do that thing and fill in time while I underline things.
Filling in time. Filling in time. Feeling fine. I like we're on different genres, but I think they're meshing anyway.
Yeah. We're like a Queens of the Stone Age meets like Casey and the Sunshine Band or
I'm
something.
down with that. That sounds sick. Okay, I shouldn't have stopped. I feel bad. Always record.
We are recording.
Oh, well, phenomenal then. Number one hit. Here we come. What's up? Other than
it's chilling. It's a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Like 10,000 degrees in here, and the humidity is 1,000%. You could literally cut the air with a knife.
How are your students? They're all behaving and stuff?
I've been being like an extra dick to my students lately, and I think it's really paying off, you know?
Hey, motivation it works a lot of different ways.
Yeah, man.
Some people respond to the gentle touch, whereas some respond to the dick. I know, I'm terribly sorry about everything I've ever done.
That's a shame, isn't it?